Welcome, Wisconsin Rapids community media viewers and Lincoln High School Red Raider wrestling fans. This is the WIAA Individual Regional coming to you from the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse in Wisconsin Rapids. Lincoln High School Red Raiders on the track to get to the individual state tournament. Teams in this tournament, pretty much a lot of the Valley Conference teams, and then you throw in Appleton North and Hortonville, along with D.C. Everest, Merrill, Stevens Point, Wausau West, Wausau East, and your Red Raiders. Red Raiders coming off a very successful Valley Conference dual meet and tournament season. Now it's advancing as individuals. Top four in this tournament in each weight class advance to the individual sectionals. The top two teams by score advance to a team sectional. That would be next week, Tuesday, in Stevens Point. Unfortunately, for a lot of schools, the Red Raiders will match up against the Kaukauna Regional. And those top two teams from the Kaukauna Regional will go to the team sectional as well. So odds-on betting would have the Lincoln High School Red Raiders and Kaukauna, the number one and number two teams in the state, in the same team sectional. The winner of that goes to the team state tournament, which is following the individual state tournament. Individual state tournament is February 27, 28, and 29 at the Kohl Center in Madison. The individual sectional is next Saturday, February 22nd in Menasha. That starts at 10 a.m. The team sectional, as I mentioned, is Tuesday, February 18th at Stevens Point. A few Red Raiders in the first round have byes. That is Jackson Freeman, Luke Hamill, Landon Freeman, along with Carter Freeman, Mason Tritz, Kyler Tritz. They all have byes in the first round. First Red Raider on the mat will be 126-pounder Aspen Tritz against Jordan Dennins of D.C. Everest. We'll bring you that match when we return to the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Back now with the first Red Raider on the mat, Aiden Armagast against Bennett Hetchel of Appleton North. Aiden Armagast, the first Red Raider to hit the mat at 132 pounds. Aspen Tritz against Jordan Dannins out of D.C. Everest. That will come up very shortly. There's one more match on the mats beforehand. Three takedowns, Aiden Armagast. First time I think I messed that up this year. 3 takedown this year, just like college. He improved it from 2. It promotes a lot more offensive wrestling. You can get a big lead in a hurry. You can also come from behind in a hurry. Armagast with a bar and runs it over the top, turned it into a double bar. Going to try to sit this out if you can. You got to regroup that bar. Now he's got a wrist in a bar. Walks it towards the head, settles the shoulder right down past the ear. That's tight there in 48 seconds on the pin for Aiden Armagast. He advances to the second round of the regional tournament. Next up, and he will get Remington Skick out of Merrill. Valley Conference dual meet action there. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Back down to Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. WIAA Individual Regional Wrestling Tournament. Lincoln High School's Aspen Tritz at 126 pounds gets a forfeit win over Jordan Dannins of D.C. Everest. We didn't expect that to come about, but Aspen Tritz at 126 advances with a forfeit win for the Red Raiders. I got to take a minute here to thank Callie McGeeshik for volunteering her time today to give you mat side seats, working the camera. We were short-handed, and Callie stepped up like a true Rapids wrestling person here. Thank you very much, Callie. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return. 144-pound matchup coming on the mat right now. Gavin Jacob, your Red Raider, taking on Callum Wheeler of Merrill. Jacob and Wheeler wrestled in the conference tournament, and Wheeler kind of took care of him 10-0. So Gavin Jacob looking for a rematch here and see how he can fare with that. Wheeler ranked 9th in the state at 144 for the Blue Jays. Red Raiders Carter Freeman having a bye at 138. As did Landon Freeman, Luke Hamlin, Jackson Freeman. Red Raiders that have won matches in this first round. Aspen Tritz won by forfeit over Jordan Dannins at EC Everest. Aiden Armagas pinned Bennett Hetchel of Appleton North. 1:04 left yet first period. Both wrestlers trying to set up some offense. Wheeler in with a quick shot, got to the knee. Has Jacob on the seat of his singlet, now trying to get to a roll attempt. Jacob trying to counter. Wheeler had him set up over top of his singlet and clears him, covers him up. 43 seconds left, 3-0. Wheeler of Merrill with a lead. Jacob now got to go to work from the bottom. Comes up to his high base. Forward roll, shoulder roll. Was a pretty good position, but they ran out of wrestling mat. He was going to be on top, and Wheeler was reaching back, trying to suck him back under. But they ran out of wrestling mat. 3 mats on the floor here as per WIAA rules. Jacob with a caution on jumping to start. Hard start by Jacob. Comes to his feet. Hits the switch on the way down. Can he get it? Wheeler bails out. Gives him the 1 instead of 2. 3-1 the lead. 15 seconds left for Callum Wheeler of Merrill. Good work by Jacobs from the bottom. Inside of 3, 2, 1. End of the period is here. 3-1 Callum Wheeler of Merrill. The disc gets tossed. Comes up Jacob's choice. He defers. Wheeler takes down. Wheeler trying to roll Jacob off the top. Now he gets him into a double leg, trying to come around the corner. And he gets the reversal. 5-1 the lead with 1:40 left, second period. Wheeler trying to get to a cross-face cradle. Jack Ackerman at 150 on the mat now against Braden Lewis of Appleton North. I'll update you on the Ackerman match, and we'll keep watching the Jacob match. .120 with a reset now. Jacob's not quite as successful there on the start. We got a little timeout on Jack Ackerman's match with Braden Lewis as Braden Lewis inadvertently poked him in the eye. So they let Ackerman clear his vision. Lewis comes back from Appleton North, gives him a little hand tap, saying didn't mean to do that, but Jacob tried a forward shoulder roll, but he couldn't quite complete that. That's 1.4. They did not put a point up. It's 5-1, it says. Now it's 5-2 with the escape. 37 seconds left. Barrel roll takedown attempt again by Wheeler as Jacob in a world of trouble here. He rolls through it, covers him up. It's 8-2 on the board. Wheeler with a lead. And Jacob to his feet one more time. Wheeler just hanging on for control. No takedown with 30 seconds left in the first period in the Jack Ackerman, Braden Lewis match. It's 8-3 now, starting the third period. Jacob trails. 20 seconds left in the Ackerman match, and they're on their feet. No score. Jacob again trying to get that roll around, sit around stuff. Reaches back, tried to grab a leg, trying to come to a high base, trying to hip over the top. Wheeler hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. Jacob pretty successful from the bottom. Now they go out of bounds with 1:41 left. 8-3, the Red Raider trails. Jacob again likes to get that roll around, grab around stuff on the mat. Wheeler tried to lock up a cradle. Jacob steps out in front of him, has the escape. It's 8-4 now, a minute and a half left. 1 point at a time for Jacob. Wheeler's got a couple takedowns and in a reversal. Jack Ackerman at 150 trails 1-0. 1:45 left, second period. 1 minute left in the Jacob match with Wheeler. They're on their feet. Jacob trails 8-4. Shot in, Wheeler controlled it. Trying to get to a chest crusher is Jacob. Wheeler countered that with a front headlock. Slide by Jacob. Wheeler steps over the top. Jacob gives up the takedown. It's 11-4, and that'll probably seal the match there. Jack Ackerman is now leading 2-1 with a minute left, second period. Near fall coming for Ackerman, and he's got a pin. Eight seconds left, 11-4. Gavin Jacobs trailing Callum Wheeler. And the end of the match. Jacobs goes down 11-4. And he drops back into the wrestleback side. Jack Ackerman, as I mentioned, with a pin over Braden Lewis, Appleton North. At 157, Mason Tritz will have a bye. The next Red Raider on the mat will be Jeremiah Peters against Cale Conrad out of Hortonville. We'll bring you that match when we return to the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Jeremiah Peters on the mat against Cale Conrad out of Hortonville. First time matchup for these two. 165 is the weight class. Mason Tritz has a bye at 157 in his first round. Oakley Pluis will take on Austin Depius of Maryland in his first round matchup. Kyler Tritz has a bye in his first round. Slide by attempt by Conrad. Missed it. Conrad really working on keeping wrist control on that right-hand side. Now it goes to a Russian arm tie. Trying to jab it on down. Peters fights his way around. Launching pads loaded. Just missed that lateral drop toss. Good scrambles here on the mat. As they work their way to the edge, and they are now off. Couldn't quite hang on to that lateral drop toss. Could Peters. as he had Cale Conrad flying. Was going to be on his back. Just lost control of him now. Conrad with an underhook and a collar tie. Both wrestlers fighting collar ties here now, trying to set up some offense. Slide by Conrad. Around the corner we go again. And he able to lift. Peters take him down. 3-0 Conrad. Peters got to work off the bottom now. Got that left arm tied up by Conrad. 8 seconds left. Can't lay around down here. Arm bar for Conrad around the corner once. Couldn't turn him. End of the period. Flipping a disc. Comes up. Conrad's choice. He's going to defer. Peters' choice. He's going on their feet. Didn't like the fact that Peters was basically stopped wrestling on him once he got taken down on the mat, laid there on his chest and let Conrad go to work on him. Got an armbar and almost turned him. If he would have had more time, he would have got an ear fall. Slide by again. Takes Peters down. Hard slide by, nice and clean by Conrad. Going to try to get that tip in. Near fall coming. And Peters gets stomach back down. It's now 10-0 Conrad with a double legs ride. Near fall coming again as, again, inbounds is totally different this year. If there's one part of one wrestler touching that outer white circle line, you are still in bounds. It could be a finger, could be a toe, could be hair. It doesn't make a difference. And he turns him one more time. There's a technical fall by Cale Conrad. Jeremiah Peters goes into the wrestleback side for the Lincoln High School Red Raiders. And next up, Oakley Pluis will be on the mat against Austin Depius-Amaro. We'll bring you that match when we return to the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Oakley Pluis steps on the mat now against Austin Depius-Amaro. Look back in my notes here, the dual meets. Austin and Oakley Pluis pinned Austin Depius in the dual meets. See if they met in the conference tournament. Oakley Pluis got tech falled in the conference tournament by Depius. Three takedown Depius as they go off the wrestling surface. Pluis, a freshman for the Red Raiders at 175. That's a pretty healthy sized person to be a freshman. So probably he's going to get bigger as he goes here. Ball in chain by Depius. Now trying to get that bar with the ball in chain. Pluis got to fight this, keep it only a 3-0 deficit with 50 seconds remaining. Pluis trying to stay to a base. If he can switch his hips and shoulders hard here, he can turn to regain control over Depius. He steps through and rolls him through. Depius in the scramble here. Can he catch him on his back? Catches him on his back. 20 seconds left. This is your chance right here. Oakley, don't leave it go. And Depius able to get off his back. Plus runs him over the bar one more time. Plus can pin you. He's dangerous. End of the period. 6-5 after a wild first period. Oakley Plus with a lead. The official hands the leg band back to Pluis. Now we're going to flip the disc. It's going to be Pluis's choice. They're going to defer. Depius's choice. They're going down. I may have chose both on their feet if I was Depius, because Pluis had him in deep trouble. There's a hard sit-back switch by Depius. Plus never thought that was coming at all, and gets reversed. Now he trails 7-6. Again, that's freshman on the mat there. A lot of learning to go. Plus fights to his base. Depius with wrist control on the left-hand side. Plus has got hand control now. Going to try and take it over his head. Going to try to pin that shoulder down. Trying to work his way out of the bottom. Plus just got tied up enough with him and he could ride with him. Remain in control, 1:09. This isn't done yet. Oakley Plus snatching the head, and he lost the head. Had Depius in deep trouble. He's still awfully high over the shoulders. Pluis could grab that head one more time. Pluis with a legs ride now into a spladle by Depius. He's fighting that. Gonna get inside the arms. Now he's got a half. There's a reversal for Plus. He's back in front, 8-7. 20 seconds left. Need to turn him one time here. Can't leave him out here. Don't let him get the points back. 8 seconds. Near fall. No, the official's not counting. End of the period, 8-7. 4 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. Plus leads. Plus has got to be telling himself, hey, I'm in this match. I can win this. Got to fire out from the bottom here. Warning, Pluis. Or excuse me, I changed that. Warning, Depius. Now caution, Pluis. Pluis trying to get to a hard stand-up. Comes back to his base. Three-quarter Nelson by Depius. He broke the grip. That's good. Now he's got wrist control. See if he can pin it over his head one more time. Trying to elevate the base. Depius able to flatten the hips down of Pluis. Aiden Steinbrück was pinned by Elmer Hurd of Wausau East at 2:15. Pluis still on the bottom, leading 8-7 with 1:08 left yet. Now Depius has got a cradle lock. Pluis has got to fight this hard work to break the grip. There, he's got straightened out. Now he can go to work from the bottom. Hard crossface again by Depius on Pluis. 42 seconds left. Pluis got to come up. Crossface on the left-hand side. Now they're going to cut him loose. It's now 9-7, Pluis in the lead, but he's got to stay going forward. Now a chance to score here. Depius on the mat. Pluis runs him over the cow catcher. 3 takedown, Oakley Pluis. 12 seconds left. Finish the match here. Don't look at the clock. That's a freshman mistake as well. 12-7, Oakley Pluis comes from behind in a wild match. He caught Depius in the dual meet and pinned him. Pluis got taken apart by Depius in the conference tournament. Now he revenges that with a 12-7 win. Good job, Oakley Pluis. Kyler Tritz had a bye in the first round at 198, and Steinberg got beat by Elmer Hurd of Wausau East on a pin. 285-pounder Tanner Gormanson is going to come out against Appleton North's Aiden Greenslade. Wow, that was a wild match there for Oakley Pluis. It was hard to sit still watching that one. Now you got second-ranked heavyweight in the state of Wisconsin and Tanner Gormanson. Going to take on Adam Greenslade out of Appleton North. Underhook on the left-hand side by the Red Raider. He's backing Greenslade off, drops down to a near side single. Got the leg at the ankle, going to pull him back in the mat. Back trip. Front trip. Pulls him back inside one more time. Back trip one more time to heavyweight, takes him to the mat. Going to cut him loose, go to work with takedowns. One escape, Greenslade. And a free ride to his feet by Tanner Gormanson. Front snap down. Spins him around the corner. Another takedown. Chops the wrist. Gormanson working with a half now. Switches sides. Runs him over. Near fall's going to be coming here. 57 seconds. Greenslade's in deep trouble. Pin. 107 on the fall. Tanner Gormanson advances to the semifinals. In the 285-pound weight class, all the Red Raiders are done through round number 1. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back at it with the 106-pounders, where you're going to see Jackson Freeman taking on Evan Leslie Young out of Hortonville. We'll bring you that match when it hits the floor at the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Back now at 106 pounds, Jackson Freeman against Evan Leslie Young out of Hortonville. Freeman ranked 16th in the state. Leslie Young 13th. This will be a quality matchup here. Freeman with a double leg shot drives in. Stops coming up, taking him over the top of the back. Now trying to work into a takedown as Leslie Young grabs a leg and trying to get to a stalemate. Freeman's got to continue to work and improve his position. Scramble position. They come out neutral after all that. Double leg shot again. Freeman stops on his knees, though, coming in. He just runs straight through him. He'll be all right. You get a takedown anyway. Again, top 16 ranked matchup, 16 and 13. Freeman, Leslie Young. Freeman again, double leg, trying to make it a Polish double, come out the backside. Leslie Young trying to run him over the top. Stalemate, good call by the official. 47 seconds left first period. This is semifinal action here. Leslie Young got to fix his green-colored ankle band. Or excuse me, his red-colored ankle band. Collar tie, barrel roll takedown attempt. Stopped by Freeman temporarily. Looking to get to a... Coming out the backside now. On the scramble, gets a takedown. 3-0, 20 seconds left. In the top 4 wrestlers in each weight class advance to the individual sectional. That's in Menasha next Saturday. Tip attempt by Leslie Young. And the period runs out. No near fall. Didn't have the shoulders exposed. Thank goodness. Freeman's choice. He's going to defer. Leslie Young's choice. It's going to go both on their feet. Leading 3-0. Red Raider had 2 nice deep shots, got to double legs, but then stopped folded up in a ball on his knees underneath. Underhook and a collar tie by the Red Raider. Snaps the collar tie off. Stepped in. And Leslie Young tried to get to a duck under position, to a barrel roll. He's trying to complete it here on the edge of the wrestling circle. Freeman tried to step around, and they roll off the mat. No control either wrestler. Leslie Young likes to grub around on the mat as well. He seems pretty comfortable wrestling in those scramble type positions. 1:23 left. Second period. 3-0. Leslie Young slide by, missed by the Hortonville wrestler. Barrel roll attempt again, stepped over the top. Freeman locks up through the thighs. Freeman's got to get his legs out, get his hips up. And Leslie Young able to get a takedown again. It's 6-0 now. Match is getting farther and farther away from the Red Raider Freeman. Legs right on the left side by the Hortonville wrestler. Freeman unable to do anything from the bottom at this point. He's got 26 seconds left. He's got to get some urgency going here. Tip attempt by Leslie Young. Freeman's reaching back, trying to get to the head, trying to suck him under. Leslie Young hips him back over and remains in control. End of the period, 6-0. Freeman of Rapids trails. Freeman's going to pick the top riding position. Freeman, a slower one to get back to the center. Breathing pretty hard. I don't know if he's got a little sickness going on or what, but legs ride loosely by the Red Raider into a high tripod base by Leslie Young. Cradle kind of locked up here. But Leslie Young reached back and got a leg. Trying to pull Freeman over the top. Now he's in a little better riding position. Leslie Young can just hang out down here with a 6-0 lead. Freeman trying to turn him here with a legs right and an arm tied up, but he's unable to do so. Again, Leslie Young going to hang out down here and burn some clock. 1:05 left yet. Crossface by Freeman. Couldn't get the cradle locked. Leslie Young picks the legs right out now. I think Freeman's got a cradle locked up on this near side. .44 seconds left. Again, Leslie Young too strong for Freeman, just basing off on the bottom. Tries to roll him through. Leslie Young fights that off. Leslie Young hanging out here, hanging on the leg, keeping him tied up. Freeman trying to score points. Well, Leslie Young at a high base. Stands up. 5 seconds left in the match. Stopped it with 2 seconds for potentially dangerous. It's going to be 6-0. The win for Evan Leslie Young. And the Red Raiders suffer a loss at 106 pounds. End of the match there. 6-0. Freeman goes down to defeat. Next up, Luke Hamill in his first round matchup will take on Jaden Nix out of DC Everest. That match is not quite ready to come out on, so we'll take a break. We'll be back with more of the individual regional. Luke Hamill, first time on the mat now at 113. He had a first round bye. He's got Jaden Nix out of DC Everest, his opponent. Hamill beat Nix 9-6 in the Valley Conference Tournament. And he beat him 10-9 in the dual meet, so it's been close. More times you wrestle your opponent, the same one, the tougher it gets. Hamill into a double. Got the takedown, trying to catch some near fall here. Nix trying to run away from him, but Hamill catches a leg, takes him back to the seat of his singlet. Now he regains some control. Back to a conventional ride, 3-0, 125 left. Going to try to get an Ellsworth. Falling chain and lifts him, takes him out of bounds. Referee catching them both before they go all the way outside the ropes. Hamill going to give Nix a free ride and a point back to his feet. It's 3-1, but Nix dives into a single leg right at the ankles and has Hamill up in the air. Hamill not ready on the whistle. Nix trying to come up with him here. Hamill picking some ankles on the shoulders of Nix. Nix took him back. Hamill rolled him. Cowcatcher runs him over, got a half. Takes him to his back, but Nix fights off. Hamill puts him there again, and Nix fights off. Hamill tried to get in to a double leg. 1 point escape. Nix out of all that. 6-2. Hamill leads. 33 seconds left. Hamill with a duck. Clears the arm. Around the corner he goes. Got 3 and a takedown. Nix trying to grab the head and pull him out in front. Hamill going to run him over. Got to get his hips up. Wow, Nix is tough on the bottom. 2 near fall Hamill, 2 reversal Nix. Nix is tough to keep on the mat. 11-4 after 1 wild first period. Now head coach Scott Bennett's going to question something here. And the referee gives him an explanation, and head coach Scott Bennett sits back down in agreement. 11-4 after 1. Flipping a disc, comes up. Red, Hamill's choice. He defers. Nix's choice. He goes down. Caution jumping to start. Nix. You can see him pop that arm up off the mat a little early. Nix just wades right up. Hamill catches him in a double. Had a count. We'll see if he had 2. 2 near fall for Hamill. Caught him there and held him there long enough. Nix is tough from the bottom. Hamill with a half of the wrist. Trying to stack him up here. Straightens him out over the leg. Runs him over one more time. Straightens him one more time. And Nix picked the half Nelson off the back of the head. Nix stands up, gets the escape. 13-5 now. 117 left. Man, is a wild match. Hamill's got to realize now he's got a major decision on the mat. So he's got to wrestle like that. Launching pads loaded again. Headlock by Nix, body lock by Hamill, who toughed it out. Nix with a headlock, rolls Hamill to his back. Hamill gives up the takedown. 13. They got the score 16-7 on the board. I'm not sure if that's quite correct, but Nix with a bar on the left side. Hamill gets that fought off. 30 seconds left, second period action. Hamill's trying to pick the grip up that ball and chain. Hamill up to his feet, now to high base. Nix lifts the leg, picks him up. There, Hamill got one just before the buzzer. 17-7, Hamill with a lead. Hamill's going down. Hamill crawling back to the center of the mat, getting set on the stripes. Nick's going to cover him. Caution, Nick's the second time. One more, and he's going to give up a point to Hamill. Hamill gets set. Nick's going to try and cover a little better this time. Nick's with 2-on-1 wrist control underneath. Hamill cannot just sit here, though. He has to work his way to get an escape. And we have 120-pounder Landon Freeman against Michael Jelnick out of DC Everest. Hamill to his feet. Ball and chain again, locked up by Nix. He likes that ride. Trying to get a tip here with an Ellsworth bar. Hamill fighting this. And we got potentially dangerous as the bar went up over the shoulder of Hamill. 108, 17-7. Landon Freeman has a takedown on Jelnick. Leads 3-0. Got him in a cradle, trying to figure out how to turn his shoulders. One point Hamill. Illegal slam. Nix. The offensive wrestler has to control the safety of the wrestler he's taken back to the mat. Hamill to his feet now. 18-7 to lead, a minute left. Landon Freeman with a pin over Michael Jelnick at DC Everest. He's in the finals at 120 pounds for the Red Raiders. Wrist control on the far side by Nix. And Hamill's trying to come to a high base. Nix trying to lock up a cradle. Hamill reach back, snatches ahead, trying to hip him over. Two reversal, Hamill. Nix drives back in with the hips. Hamill's got to pick that arm off over his head. Now Hamill picks that arm off. Hamill in control, riding right now with 14 seconds left. 20-7 to lead. Aspen Tritz, 126-pounder against Camden Mayak out of Stevens Point. Hamill, 20-7 with a win at 113 pounds over Jaden Nix. Now we slide you over to the center mat. Thank you very much, Callie. And you got Aspen Tritz working on a takedown here over Camden Mayak out of Stevens Point. Now he's got it. There's the three. Aspen Tritz beat Jordan Dennons of DC Everest. He gave him a forfeit in the first round matchup, but I'm not sure why that was. 1 point escape, minute and a half left. Mayak and Tritz. See if these two wrestled. These two did not wrestle in the conference tournament. As Tritz with another takedown. And I'm looking back in my notes there as Tritz with a cradle. See if these two wrestled in the dual meet. Aspen Tritz was not in the lineup then. So Camden Mayak lost to Landon Freeman on a tech fall 18-0. Still 6-1 the lead for Aspen Tritz. He got a cradle locked up again on Mayak. Turns him this time, getting near fall, looking for a pin. 26 seconds left. Tritz has got him in deep trouble, and there is the pin in 140 on the fall. Tritz advances to the finals at 126 pounds. 132-pounder Aiden Armagas is going to be your next Red Raider, I do believe, on the mat. And he's coming up right now against Remington Skick out of Merrill. Tough matchup for the Red Raiders. Skick is ranked 14th. And I'll look back again in my notes. Aiden Armagas and Remington Skick wrestled in a championship. Skick beat him 16-4. We'll look back at the dual meet here between the Blue Jays and the Red Raiders. And Aiden not in the lineup that night for the Red Raiders. So again, a revenge matchup here. Aiden Armagas, your Red Raider, against Remington Skick. Skick is ranked 14th, as I had mentioned. Shot in by Armagas deep. Comes up with it around the backside. Skick trying to hang on to an ankle and get into a scramble position. Skick hanging on for dear life here, trying not to get the takedown. But he may come out the backside here. We got a stalemate call. Opportunity for Armagas. Couldn't quite complete it. He had a nice shot in there. Got penetration deep. Got the big leg wrap on the right-hand knee. .28 seconds left. Collar tie by Armagas. Skick throws that aside. Skick with a half a shot, and Armagas just, nope, that's not good enough. You ain't going to take me down with that. Collar tie, hard one. Snaps down. Armagas into the scramble. Armagas takes a leg, gets a takedown with 5 seconds left. That's 3. That's a huge takedown right there. Got to keep him here. Nice work. In the scramble, Skick got a little bit carried away there. A little out of control, and Armagas made him pay for it. Skick's choice, he defers. Armagas' choice, he goes down with a 3-0 lead. Now, see if he can maintain that lead. Hard switch attempt. Skick hips over the top. One more time, reloads it. Skick remains in control after a little bit of a scramble. Hard switch attempt again, and we got some blood someplace, says the official. And it's on Armagas. There's 23 total ranked wrestlers in the state here. Toughest weight classes in this regional are 138 and 144. They have each 3 ranked wrestlers, including your number 1 ranked wrestler, Carter Freeman, at 138. Number of weight classes have 2. 106 pounds has 2. 132 has 2. 150, 157, 190, and 285. Little lip cleanup by the coaching staff on Aiden Armagast as they get his roughed up lip straightened out. He's set and ready to go. Comes back in on the bottom, starting the second period. 141 left. Armagast up to a high tripod. Trying to hit that switch. Around the corner we go again. Skick able to hang on for now. Now he's trying to get a tip. Armagast got to control some hands. And Skick throws the legs right in. Armagast up to a high base. And Skick jumps out in front, gives him the point. 4-0 the lead now. Skick wants to go to work on his feet. Armagast got to protect the legs here. 1:05 left. Again, Skick in that scramble, comes up with a single leg. Can't give up the takedown here. Out of bounds. Good scramble. Skick likes to get in that head tap, face tap, and then going for a scramble to dive in and try and make something happen. May not be the cleanest shot, but that's how he's scoring his points. Under a hook by Aiden Armagast. Skick again with a reload. Front headlock. Shuck on by. Trying to run him over. Skick able to just get an arm out to stop that shuck on by. 25 seconds left. This would be a good place to end the second period. Again, front headlock as Skick dives in. See if you can make one count here, Aiden. Skick hanging on to elbow control, snatching him down. 10 seconds. And they go out of bounds. 8 seconds left on the clock. Be prepared for Skick to dive in. End of the period is here. 4-0 the Red Raider, Aiden Armagast. Skick's choice. He's going down. Be great to be able to ride him for quite a while here. Skick just posts that inside leg. Armagast trying to get him off his base. Crossface now by Armagast. Skick fights that elbow free. Skick hits a switch attempt. Has Armagast flying around the mat. 4-1 on the escape. Armagast. Bad shot by Armagast. Short drag on by Skick. Out of bounds. 1 point Skick. Technical violation. Fleeing to Matt Armagast. It's 4-2 now. 1:15. Armagast tugs on that knee brace. Comes back to the center. Should have had a caution. He wasn't on the starting stripe. He got away with that one. Skick is stronger than Armagast. You can see that as he grabs the wrist and hangs on, and Armagast can't get away from him. Skick in on a takedown attempt. It's now 5-4 the lead for Skick. 45 seconds left, third period. Armagast on the chasing end of things, was not on the offensive side. Armagast could pick Skick's head, stuff him underneath here. Warning, stalling, Skick. 30 seconds left. Armagoss down by 1. Armagoss got a fly off the bottom here. He just bases off, posts a leg. Now to a high base. Tried to hit a switch. Skick countered that. Got to get 1 here. 1 to keep yourself in the match. Skick just hanging on forward roll for Armagoss. Can he get the 1? He's got 1. We are tied with 7 seconds left. Carter Freeman at 138 pounds is waiting to go here. We are going to overtime at 132 with Skick and Aiden Armagoss. 1 minute, first period in the overtime. And they got to check the scoring clock here. One minute for the first overtime period. Again, Skick will try to get into that scramble stuff. A lot of motion, a lot of hand fighting, a lot of banging on the head, and then he'll blast in on a shot. Armagoss got to keep his feet moving in a hurry. Here comes Skick's pace getting picked up here. Shoots in, Armagoss counters. Skick again with a shot. Front headlock. Tried to shuck him out by from his feet and missed it. 27 seconds left. Tense match here. 18. Armagoss with a bad shot and Skick reshoots as well. They're off the mat. Warning, stalling, Armagoss called. Chuck on by, couldn't quite complete it. 5-5 after the first overtime period. Flipping of this comes up green, Skick's choice. He's going down. You're going to wrestle the next 2 periods out here, 30 seconds each way. So the first score doesn't mean anything except gives you the lead. Knee pick tried by Armagoss, couldn't do nothing with it. Skick trying to stand up. Skick just really strong here. And Skick gets the escape. 8 seconds left to lead 6-5. Aiden, you got to set up a good shot end of the period. Now Aiden's got to come out. We got to get it tied again. Armagoss pins the leg, builds to a high base. Switch attempt. Skick too strong for that. Armagoss comes up again. Front trip. And they go off the mat. 1 point, Skick. Technical violation. Wow. Fleeing the mat, I guess, is what the official is going to call. Wow, he just gave Skick a 2-point lead at 7-5 with 18 seconds left. That was a huge call to get involved in the match. Skick can hang on now. That's all he can do. That's all he'll do. Skick hangs on 7-5 in overtime. And Aiden Armagoss will have come back through the wrestleback side. Next up, Carter Freeman at 138 pounds. He'll take on Jacob Coella out of Appleton North. Carter, the number 1 ranked 138 pounder in the state. Appleton North has no ranked wrestlers in this tournament. Freeman around the corner, front headlock to a single leg, scoops it, back trip takes him down. This is wide open offense for a Red Raider. Freeman had a first round bye at 138 pounds. Going to give him a Turk tip attempt here. Scoring near fall. Arm pinned across the back. What's he going to do with it? Baseball it? Farmer it? Going to try to get the farmer here. Now he just loses that just with a half. Runs him right over the top. This is going to be pretty tight, and there's a pin, and 104 on the fall for Carter Freeman. Freeman with a pin at 104 at 138 over Jacob Quilla of Appleton North. Next for the Red Raiders, Gavin Jacobson, a wrestleback against DeMarcus Parks of Appleton North. Jack Ackerman against Logan Severs of Stevens Point. We'll take a quick break. We'll bring you those matches when they hit the floor in the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Gavin Jacob on the mat now at 144 pounds for the Red Raiders, taking on DeMarcus Parks out of Appleton North. This is a wrestleback side matchup. Marcus Parks pretty quick, in on a single leg shot at the knee of Jacob. See if Jacob can counter this. Park got him up on his shoulders, trying to come out the backside. Jacob locking up around the body, trying to keep his hips up and out here. And get a stalemate call. Jacob got to protect his legs here. Park's going to be shooting in on him all day long. Collar tie for Jacob on the inside. Parks over the top on the outside, and they break apart. 1:12 left. A little head feint and a blast in single is Parks. He's got to the leg again of Jacob. That's just what I had said before. Jacob got to protect his legs here. Now Parks trying to get to a double leg. Jacob around the body one more time here. Stalemate, second time. 43 seconds left. You're going to get the head tap, and then you're going to get Jacobs now with a takedown. Jacobs with a takedown, leads with 17 seconds left. 3-0. Park coming to, trying to roll Jacobs off top, which he did pretty easily. 3-1, 10 seconds. And Park dives right in. Jacob has to be ready on his feet here. Has to protect the legs. Park's been in there a couple times deep, and he almost got there a third time. Headlock. Just forced it. 3 takedown Park. 4-3 the lead for the Appleton North wrestler. Park's choice, they're going to go down. Jacob gave up 3 points in the last couple seconds of the period. Jacob now working on top. Tried to stick a legs right in, couldn't get it in there. Working on wrist control. Park clears the hips, gets the reversal, and Jacobs falls into a deeper hole at 6-3. Cradle attempt, a wild one by Park. And Jacobs comes out of that. I'm not sure if the scoreboard's correct. Headlock and an underhook, and they're off the mat. 6-4, Park with the lead. A minute left, second period. Jacobs got to really prepare for speed here. That's what Park has, speed and some power. He makes mistakes, but shoots in real wide with a double, but he gets a takedown. Jacobs cannot protect his legs. Locked hands by Park. And that's a point for Jacob. Technical violation Park. He locked his hands around the body. They're on their knees. 43 seconds left. 9-5 in the second period. Jacobs got to have a comeback here. And we got another Red Raider on the mat at 157. That's Mason Tritz. And he is taking on Grant Schroeder of Hortonville. Tritz working on a takedown. .22 seconds left. Jacobs looking to come out and get a reversal here, which he has done. It's 9-7 now with 15 seconds left. Got to keep him down here for the final 10 seconds. Can't let him score. Tritz got a takedown at 157 with 1:05 left. And Schroeder's trying to roll out from underneath. He's got a headlock and he's ripping the head off of Tritz. Tritz pops it out finally. Now the headgear needs a little repair for DeMarcus Parks. And Gavin Jacobs starting in the bottom position here, trailing 9-7 in the third period. They're locked hands one more time, so they're going to get at least one here. Second time for technical violation, locked hands on Park. Got to keep flying around here, Gavin. Can't sit and wait. You may be able to get enough technical violation points. Hard switch attempt. Locked hands one more time. The ref's on the wrong side this time. Hard switch attempt again. Jacobs trying to work his way out here. Tritz has got 3 near fall here. He's up 7-0 after one period. Gavin Jacobs now has Park trying to score near fall here. And they call it potentially dangerous. And no near fall given. Park slow to get back up. 9-8. The Red Raider trails Jacobs. And now the officials giving 2 near fall for Jacobs. It's 10-9, the lead for the Red Raider. He's on top, riding 1:18 in the third period. Mason Tritz is on the bottom, starting the second period, leading 7-0. Jacobs trying hard to keep Park under control here. Park comes to a base. Mason Tritz working on getting a reversal here. Crawls up the body. He's got the reversal. Gavin Jacobs in a good position right now, riding. 40 seconds left. Can't get high, can't get careless. He got a half. And a wrist tied up. Good position for Gavin right here. Parks picks the half off. Gavin Jacobs sticks it back in one more time. Mason Tritz with a cradle, turning. Grant Schroeder of Hortonville, one more time. 10 seconds left in the Jacobs match. He's coming from behind. He's got Parks flat on his stomach. 10, 9, Gavin Jacob come from behind, win. Over to Marcus Parks out of Appleton North. And we got Mason Tritz, and he stopped for injury time here. He leads 9-0. And the Hortonville wrestler is on his back, injured. We hope he will be able to continue. We'll change that around. We'll slide you back over to the mat we were just on. This is going to be 150-pounder Jack Ackerman against Logan Severs of Stevens Point. Severs with a takedown instantly on an ankle pick. Jack Ackerman gets stomach back down. Severs, the lone Stevens Point wrestler that's ranked. He's ranked 16th in the state right now. And he runs Ackerman over with a half and a wrist tied up. Ackerman getting manhandled right now. And again, half and a wrist. Severs runs him over the top one more time. Severs continuing to turn Ackerman at 150 pounds. 102 left yet in the period. Again, they're looking at the Hortonville wrestler. He is now sitting up. That's good to see. And Severs gets the pin over Jack Ackerman. Now we'll go back to the Mason Tritz match at 157 against Grant Schroeder of Hortonville. Schroeder on the bottom, trailing 14-0. Tritz is looking to get to a tech fall if he can. And we got a stoppage for the end of the period. And it's now Grant Schroeder's choice starting the third period. He says, we'll go on our feet. Tritz with wrist control. Got it pinned on a mat and elbow control as well. Schroeder rips that free. First round matchup for the Red Raider on the mat. Nice double leg shot there by Tritz. Got in deep, steps across, walks up the body. Got a chance to pin him here. Gets a takedown, technical fall for Mason Tritz. At 157 pounds, he goes into the finals in that weight class. Next up for the Red Raiders will be Jeremiah Peters and a wrestle back at 165 against Jose Juarez Medina. And then Oakley Plus steps up against Kyle Medina out of Stevens Point. We'll bring you those matches when we return to the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Jeremiah Peters at 165 against Jose Juarez Medina out of Wausau West. Points totals look like this right now. Wisconsin Rapids leads 119. Hortonville in second, 115. DC Everson third, 108.5. Wausau West in fourth with 91. Jeremiah Peters with a tough takedown. He was outside the edge of the circle, but Juarez Medina inside. Peters just fought through it. Took him down. Now you got to go to work on top, score some near fall here. Oh, he's going to let him off. He's going to let him up. Not so sure that was the proper thing as long as you had him flat on his stomach. Short drag. Nice work. Takes him down, cuts him loose one more time. 6-2 with a minute left first period. Jeremiah Peters, your Red Raider at 165. Launching pads loaded here. Peters in an under and overhook. He likes to try to throw. He likes lateral drops. Again, now you're ahead though, 6-2. Probably not something you really want to try unless you have to. There's a good snap down. Nice takedown there. 9-2 with 20 seconds left. Got wrist control. 3 nice takedown by the Red Raider Peters. Rolls through with a hip tip. Juarez Medina trying to roll over the top. Into the period 4 near fall for Peters. He's ahead 13-2. Oakley Plouse against Kyle Medina, Stevens Point. Steps onto the mat. I'll keep you updated on that match. And we'll stay watching the Peters match. He's built a 13-2 lead. Wow. Peters on the whistle, fires on track meet. He got away in 3 seconds. Excellent job from the bottom. Oakley Plouse gets taken down on the edge of the circle over there. He trails 3-0. In the scramble, Peters comes out with a takedown. Wasn't pretty. That's a tech fall 17-2. Jeremiah Peters. Wow, there's a turnaround of a wrestler. Over Jose Juarez Medina out of Wausau West. We'll slide you over to the Oakley Plouse match now. As Plouse trails 3-0. 45 seconds left to Kyle Medina out of Stevens Point. Take a look back in the conference tournament here. Medina pinned Plouse in the conference tournament. So we need a different outcome here. See, we have another Hortonville wrestler being helped off the mat with a leg injury. We hope the best for that young man as he's being assisted off the mat by the trainers. We have a gentleman that's standing up right now, right in our view. Thank you. Plouse trails now 3-0 starting the second period. He's on top trying to ride in turn. Plouse now had a chance to turn Medina. And again, we hope the Hortonville wrestler that was injured will be able to continue wrestling. And we hope the best for his recovery. Medina again. Plouse takes him right over his head, but Medina comes out and is getting a reversal on Plouse. Plouse is a dangerous guy. All of a sudden, he can come out and catch you put you on your back or catch you on your back. But again, a freshman at 175. A big task. Trying to pin a leg down on the mat. And now Medina cuts Pluis loose. 59 seconds left, 5-1 the lead for the Stevens Point wrestler. No, Pluis with a bad shot in and got caught in a headlock on the way down. Medina working on a pin here, and he's got Pluis close. 33 seconds left. There's the pin for Kyle Medina. Next up, Kyler Tritz at 190 against John Engelbert out of Hortonville. 215, Aiden Stainbrook against Connor Scarston out of Stevens Point. And your heavyweight, Tanner Gormanson, will take on James DeBeer out of DC Everest. No more Red Raiders on the mat right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the individual regional. Kyler Tritz at 190 pounds got a first-round bye. This is his second-round matchup against John Engelbert out of Hortonville. Key matchup here in the dual mate side, or in the point side of things. Engelbert now a ranked wrestler. Tritz ranked 6th at 190. So you expect big things out of this Red Raider. Snap down to a headlock. And Engelbert locked up around Tritz. Out-muscled him to his back. Tritz in the scramble comes up with a trip takedown as he crawls up the legs. Tritz tried to throw the headlock. Engelbert says, that ain't happening. Locked up around the body, took Tritz backwards to his back, and in the scramble, Tritz got the takedown in control. He leads 3-0. Spiral ride by the Red Raider. Now he's going to work to a conventional ride. Chops a wrist. Got wrist control underneath. Now goes underneath a 2-on-1 wrist ride. 1:15 left. Tritz has a wrist across the back now. See how he wants to operate that. Sticks in a bar on this near side. Trying to fire the half. Got 42 seconds left as Engelbert's trying to get out of bounds, and they call it potentially dangerous. Go back to the center. And the Red Raiders in a close dogfight with Hortonville for the team total champion. And this matchup will help immensely here for the Red Raiders if they can get the win. Engelbert up easily to his feet. Now hitting the switch. Tritz locks up on a single down at the ankle. Elevates it. Engelbert's trying to come up with basically a legs ride. Tritz trying to hip him over again here. And now in the scramble, keeps that leg elevated. And they stop it for potentially dangerous. Engelbert pretty powerful here. Easily up to his feet. Tritz with a step through with a trip. Got a hip tip here. End of the period. Should have got near fall. The official counted, and Tritz had him on his back and then did not single near fall. I'm not I'm not sure why he didn't get near fall points. Tritz on the bottom to start the second. Reaches back, catches an ankle, sets Engelbrecht down on the seat of his singlet. Same position we were in the first period. Tritz trying to turn out the inside here if he can, which he has done. Got the reversal. 5-0 the lead, 135. Second period. Tritz had his foot caught up underneath the legs of Engelbert. Tip again. Got 4 near fall. This time we get it signaled. Now it's 9-0. I'm still not too sure where the first set of near fall went, but evidently we didn't get it. Tritz with a barn now, trying to get a half. Trying to clear the legs, get over to this side. Now changes to just the bar. Underhooks the far side, runs him over the top, stacks him on his shoulders. This is it. 3:18 on the fall time for Kyler Tritz. Tritz on the finals at 190 pounds for the Red Raiders. Again, knocks off a Hortonville wrestler. That's important in the team total points. 215-pounder Aiden Stainbrook against Cameron Scarston yet to go, as is Tanner Gormanson against James DeBeer. We'll bring you those matches when we return. Tanner Gormanson at 285 pounds is going to take on James DeBeer out of DC Everest. See if these two met in the conference tournament. And DeBeer got pinned in 135 by Gormanson. Instant slide by, and DeBeer just goes to his knees. Gave up the takedown so easily. Gormanson takes him, puts him back on his feet. 3-1. Arm tie by the Red Raider heavyweight. Jab attempt takes him down to the mat. Covers him up, takedown, 6-1. Gormanson with wrist control, driving DeBeer on his forehead. And again, I got to thank Callie Begishik a lot for volunteering her time to give you mat side seats on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. She's one of the wrestling managers for the Red Raider Wrestling program. We thank her very much, as we were very short-handed on camera people this weekend. She stepped up, is doing a fine job. We thank her very much. Gormanson now still trying to figure out how to turn DeBeer. He's been working him over pretty easily right now with 28 seconds left. He still leads 6-1. DeBeer came up to a little bit higher base. Gormanson picked the near side ankle. Runs him over. Now DeBeer turns back in, gets to a knee. Gormanson picks an ankle again, flattens him down. Inside of 10 seconds. Gormanson may be looking to get a little wrestling time on the mat here to prepare for sectionals, hopefully team sectionals, and the individual state tournament. Disc comes up red. That's Gormanson's. He's going to defer. DeBeer's choice. Take your pick. Said they're going on their feet. No, say he's going on top. I thought the coach signaled both up, but he must have just threw his hand up and said, well, take your pick. More than likely not going to make a difference. As Gormanson's easily up to his feet. Turned inside, catches a knee, locked hands by DeBeer. Gormanson's going to get the penalty point. 1. for locked hands and the reversal 2. So he's now up 9-1. Barbed wire runs him over, going to stack DeMere on his shoulders. This is a good night right here. Next up, at Aiden Stainbrook. Pin time of 2:27 for Gormanson. He's in the finals at 285. Aiden Stainbrook against Connor Scarston of Stevens Point. Scarston pinned Stainbrook in the conference tournament. He's in a double underhook. Stainbrook's trying to drive into a single. Steps across it. Can he power it up? Scarston takes him down to the mat, but still in a neutral position. Stainbrook still hanging on to a leg.
At the conclusion of these heavyweight matches, we will be taking a break until 1:15, and then at 1:15 we will be
Takedown, Stainbrook on the scramble.
So again, at the conclusion of these matches, we will be taking a break until 1:15.
Scarston to his feet, gets his hands separated, the escape. It's 3-1 with 1:08 left yet. Scarston with a shot in. Stainbrook around the corner, picks the leg. He reached back. Stay underneath that arm. You might be safe. He gets another takedown. Nice scramble wrestling. He's got a half now. 44 seconds left. Don't lose the half. Stick it back in again. There, he's got it. But he lost the position of the shoulders. Stainbrook going after Scarston here, Stevens Point. Liz takes it back and locked hands on Stainbrook that time. 1 point technical violation against Stainbrook. It's now 6-2 with 25 seconds left, first period. Be great if Stainbrook could keep him on the mat here for this final 24 seconds, but that's not happening. Stainbrook no start on the whistle, and Scarston steps away pretty easily at 6-3. Snap down attempts by Stainbrook. Can't complete them. He's trying to reach into a single. Double underhooks, and Scarston almost was going to his back. End of the period, 6-3. Stainbrook is in the match so far. Flipping the disc, it comes up red. Stainbrook says, I'll defer. Scarston says, I'll go down. Gonna put him back on his feet. 6-4. That way you eliminate getting rolled to your back. Now you got to get another takedown. Had a little success there. Blast double, Scarston double underhook catches him. Stainbrook drives in again. Short drag, trying to go around the corner. Got to get your hip off the mat. Stainbrook is fighting this as hard as he can, plants a wrist down, comes up to a high base, steps out in front. Got him by the ankle to Scarston, but that's it. Stainbrook's got to keep working, come around the corner. Stainbrook straightening the leg out. Not quite hurried the hips fast enough. 109 left yet, stalemate. We're still ahead 6-4. That's the main thing. Stainbrook looks tired. Moves slow on his feet. Now, you got to wrestle smart here. Don't have to take any marginal or bad shots. Stainbrook trying to get that collar tie off. Scarston shoots into a single. Now Stainbrook trying to fight off this stretched out single leg attempt. Steinbrook's got to go around the corner. He's got a takedown. Huge takedown, 9-4 with 32 seconds left. Half Nelson. Scarston throws his arm back. Steinbrook couldn't get some near fall maybe. Take your time and settle him in. He goes over. And he gets rolled through. Don't get pinned now. Get off your shoulders. Unbelievable result as Steinbrook had him on his back, close to being stuck, and then gets reversed and pinned. Tough loss for the Red Raider as he was in control there, leading in the score, and with positioning, just got reversed at the end. That's it for this round of wrestling. We're going to take a break, get caught up on our paperwork. We're going to give Callie a chance to get some lunch, and we'll be back with the championship and placement matches when we return to the individual regional. All right, we're back now at the placement matches in the individual regionals. Jackson Freeman at 106 pounds against Kenan Mua out of D.C. Everson, a wrestleback. This is for third place as we stand now. Here are the points totals. Wisconsin Rapids leading 155. D.C. Everson second, 142. Hortonville in third, 126. Wausau West in fourth, 101. Then comes Merrill with 97. Stevens Point with 84. Appleton North 54. And Wausau East 37. In the matching regional from Kaukauna. Kaukauna walking away with a 265.5. Nina in second, 175. Oshkosh West in third, 155. Kimberly in fourth at 117. Moa in on a double leg. Takedown attempt on Freeman. Freeman locking up around the body. Trying to counter the takedown. Rolls him through. Can we get a scramble here? Back to their feet. Moa in a spin takes Freeman down to the mat. He leads 3-0 with 1:13 left. Freeman won on a technical fall in the conference tournament. They did not wrestle in the dual meet, but Freeman won on a technical fall over Kenan Moa. And Moa now riding Freeman up to his feet. 39 seconds left. Freeman looking to get the escape or the reversal. Moa tried to lift. Freeman blocked. Freeman turns the face with a whizzer and they're off the mat. Freeman reached back for a whizzer, a little hip toss, and had Moa flying through the air. Freeman just bases off again, allows Moa to lock up on him. Now Freeman building to a base. Moa has a cradle. Cradle locked up by Moa. He leads 3-0 with 15 seconds left. Freeman trying to catch the reversal. He gets the one escape. Wild flurry there at the edge of the mat. 4 seconds left, 3-1. Freeman trails. Moa with a shot from a long ways out, and Freeman just easily picks his leg up and sidesteps that. It's Moa's choice. He's going to defer Freeman's choice. He's going down. Again, this is a wrestleback. In the championship is Leslie Young of Hortonville and Schmerler of Merrill. Got to have Freeman win this match. And then Leslie Young win in the finals, which he is ahead 6 1. And what that does is that puts Schmerler of Merrill down into the wrestlebacks along with Freeman, as these two did not meet during during this tournament. So Freeman and Schmerler would wrestle for a second and third place finish. What that does when you combine both regionals, the Kaukauna one and the Wisconsin Rapids one, a weight class champion wrestles his first round matchup against the opposite regional's fourth place finisher. A second will wrestle a third place. So the filer up the locked hands for Moa, and Freeman's going to get a technical point. It's going to be 3-2. 50 seconds left. Freeman's coming up with a leg. Moa in the scramble. Still remains on a crossbody ride, and they stop that with the technical violation. 1 point. Freeman, he trails 3-2. 40 seconds left. He's got to get out here. Locked hands again by Moa. And that's the second time. It's 3-3 now. Tie match, 37 seconds left. Now Freeman can take the lead. Hard start again by the Red Raider. Posts the foot down, and Moa takes him off his base. Can't hang out down here. Get your head off the mat. Build up. Freeman now to his feet. 18 seconds left. Freeman cannot break the grip of Moa. Warning, stalling Moa. And he gets the escape with 2 seconds left. Moa right back in as the flurry continues. 1 point escape. It is 3-3. Moa's choice. No, excuse me. It's Rapids' choice. Now they're checking to make sure. Rapids' choice. No, Moa's choice. They're going on their feet. He pointed at Freeman. I'm not sure what's going on there. How do you mess that up so bad? But they did. And they're on their feet. Moa again with the offense. Much faster pace than Freeman. Moa trying to come up with a double. Freeman locks up around the legs. Freeman's got to get sprawled back here. Moa just too strong for him. Takes him to the mat. Freeman with a leg. 133, 4-3. Freeman with a lead. And they're off the mat. Jackson Freeman at 106. Against Kenan Moa, who he tech-falled. And Moa in on a double leg shot again with his quickness. Freeman has not protected his legs, and he is on the chasing end of things here. Freeman's got to lock up on that leg. 105 left yet. Stalemate. That was a good call for Freeman. And we got a conference from the Everest coach with the official. Freeman sitting on one knee on the mat. Looks out of gas, or maybe he's under the weather. Referee calls them back to the center on their feet. 4-3. Freeman with a lead. 55 seconds left. Moa with a shot one more time. Slide by Freeman. Can he complete it? This is a big takedown here. Freeman trying to keep a foot in bounds. And they're off. 1 point, Freeman. Unsportsmanlike. Moa. It's 5-3 now. The Red Raider leads. Moa losing his temper on the mat. 39 seconds left. And now we got a conference from assistant coach Spray at the scorer's table. A lot of conferences at the scorer's table by both sides now. Freeman with the lead, 6-3 now. They got the score corrected. Moa into a shot here. Freeman can't give up a takedown or it'll be a tie score. Freeman lifts, Spladle by the Red Raider. And Moa kicks out of it. Takedown. Freeman, reversal, Moa, 9-5 with 5 seconds left. And Freeman got lifted by Moa, and Moa just drops him out of midair in disgust. Jackson Freeman wins 9-5. He'll get a wrestle back for a second place match. Wow, what a wild match that was. Freeman now gathering himself again. He's maybe battling some injury here or some sickness. There's a lot of that going around all over the place. Next up, 113 pounds of finals. Luke Hamill in the center mat taking on Samuel Vohm out of Wausau West. Vohm Techfald Hamill in the finals of the conference tournament. Hamill looking for a redemption match here. Freeman will get Dustin Schmerler of Merrill in a wrestleback. And that wrestleback will be for second and third place. Hamill has to hope that if he loses, Hamill in a Russian arm tie now shoots in. Vohm caught him coming in. Hamill's arms are wide. Hard whizzer toss. Hamill's got to sit through here if he can. This will be a scramble of who's tougher, and they got a stalemate. Vohm gets up, shaking out a shoulder. Red Raiders have to hope that Jaden Nix of DC Everest beats Ellerman of Hortonville in the wrestleback match. That's if Hamill loses. And Ellerman has Nix on his back right now. And now Nix gets the reversal. Hamill with an underhook. Vohm with an elbow collar tie here. Double underhooks again by the Red Raider. 10 seconds left. Vohm trying to reach into a barrel roll. Can't give it up now. 2-1. And thank goodness Hamill's toughed that out. 0-0 after 1. Disc comes up green. That's Vohm's. He defers. Hamill's choice. They're going on their feet. Collar tie by the Red Raider. Double collar tie, as a matter of fact. This can make a guy pretty tired here if you can keep it and keep working and pumping it up and down. A lot of tension on the back of the neck and the back. Got to thank Veronica Kendler now for giving you mat side seats. We appreciate her volunteering her time. Hamill with a shot in there, but got stopped. Front headlock by Volm. He's got elbow control as well, trying to go around the corner. Picks the leg of Hamill, scoops him up. No takedown yet, says the official. Hamill still has a leg. Now they give the takedown to Volm. Hamill's hanging on to that leg. 45 seconds left. Stalemate 3-0. Volm with the lead of Wausau West. This is a championship match at 113. In the third and fourth place match, Ellerman of Hortonville is winning. Hamill has not wrestled Ellerman. So if Ellerman wins and Hamill loses, they will wrestle for the outright second and third place. Top four in each weight class advance to the individual regional in Menasha next Saturday. Hamill slowly building to a base. 10 seconds left. Home just with an ankle lock and hanging on. End of the period. Holmes' choice now. He will go down. Hamill will try to turn and ride. Ankle pick by the Red Raider. Volm backs right over it. Hamill lifts, takes him to the mat. Volm back up one more time. Hamill with another lift, takes him back down. Volm keeps coming up, just like a cat, lands on his feet, and it cut him loose. 4-0, Hamill trails. And it's 18-6 in the Hortonville-Everest match. Hortonville looking for a turn one more time. Hamill with a shot in now. Volm countered. Hamill got into a near side knee pick. Can he get the takedown? Got to get stepped across the legs. Volm locking up on the left side thigh. Volm coming up with a single now. Hamill got a counter. Volm now's got that leg locked in here, and he's trying to come up with it. And he's got to his feet now to a double. He knows he's ahead 4-0, and we got a stalemate. Front headlock by Hamill again. Trying to short drag out of it is Volm. .33 seconds left. One point. Volm, illegal hold Hamill. So he's ahead 5-0 at 18 seconds left. And in the wrestleback side, Ellerman with the win from Hortonville. So Hamill will wrestle Ellerman. It is now 8-0 for Volm. And Luke Hamill will take on Sam Ellerman of Hortonville in the match for second and third. Next up for the Red Raiders, you will have 120-pounder Landon Freeman in the finals against Titus Seafelt Tao out of Wausau East.
From Appleton North, 18 and 12 senior versus Jacob Schuett from Wausau East, a 13 and 20 junior. Your third place match on mat 1 will be Michael Jalecki from DC Everest, a 21 and 21 freshman versus Brock Suha.
Landon and Freeman on the mat for the Red Raiders against Titus Seafelt
And your first place
Tao of
match on
Wausau
mat 2,
East.
Landon Freeman from Wisconsin Rapids, a 33 and 7 senior versus Titus Seafelt Tao from Wausau West, a 6 and 3 sophomore.
Now we'll look back and we'll see who wrestled who here. Freeman did not wrestle Tao in the conference tournament. And we look back at the Wausau East dual meet and see if they met there. And as we go back through my papers, here we are. 120 pounds. They did not wrestle. Tao not in lineup. They forfeited at this weight class, so it's a fresh matchup here. Collar tie by each wrestler here, and they're looking for hand control, set up some offense. Shot in by Landon Freeman. Underhook toss by Tao. Got to see who toughs this out. Freeman wins that battle. 3-0 for the Red Raider. Now we'll see what Freeman can do with him on top. See if we can get a turn here. 10 seconds left. And a 1. 3-0 the Red Raider, Landon Freeman. Tao's choice. He deferred that. Freeman's fixing his headgear. He says, I'll take down. Tao gets called to cover. Freeman bases off, posts an inside foot down, or trying to. Freeman now standing up on his feet, working on hand control inside. Tao tried to lift, take him back to the mat, but has to cut him loose. 4-0 lead now, 140 left for the Red Raider. Tao working on wrist control, so is Freeman. Each got one of each other's wrists tied up. Freeman gets his loose. Freeman trying to get some hand control, which he's done. Now Tao goes to a collar tie. Freeman drives in with off the collar tie knee pick. Nice shot by Freeman. Felt it instantly. Drove across the balance point with that hard collar tie, picked the knee, and down they go. 7-0 the lead for the Red Raider. A minute left, second period. Suhaki of Merrill beat Jelnik of DC Everest. And Freeman needs to win this match. Otherwise, he will have a wrestleback. He's got a good 7-0 lead. 22 seconds left on the clock, second period. Freeman with a legs ride on this near side, as you can see. Working a crossface, trying to get a crossface cradle going here. Counting down from 3 seconds, 2, 1, and the end of the second period is here. The Red Raider Freeman 7-0 takes that into the third. Tao's choice. They're going on their feet, he says. Sweep shot around the corner by Tao. He got to the knee of Freeman. Freeman's got a counter now. Again, with a 3-point takedown, you can come from behind in a hurry, or you can build a big lead in a hurry. Now, picking that back ankle with and they just stopped it as Freeman was starting to gain the advantage. 1:28 left, 7-0 the lead. Rapids. Snap by Freeman. Tao tried to shuck on by. Freeman drove right in. Got to keep his feet in there. Out of bounds just for a blink. 1 minute even. Third period. Freeman now around the corner. Going to try to get a takedown. He's looking to get a cradle here right away. Got the cradle lock. Tao rolled almost all the way across him. Now it's going to be 10-0. And with near fall, 14-0. Going to cut him loose here. 14-1. Takedown for Freeman. Gets a tech fall on the board. 28 seconds left. Tao with a shot in. Freeman trying to go around the corner. Now locks up on the body. Takes him over the top. 12 seconds. And there is the takedown. Tech fall 17-1. Landon Freeman. He is your 120-pound regional champion for your Lincoln High School Red Raiders. And there will be no wrestle back in that weight class, so that one is done. So next up for the Red Raiders is Aspen Tritz at 126 pounds. We're waiting for one other match to finish. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Back now at the 126-pound championship match. Aspen Tritz, your Red Raider, against Jackson Esser of Appleton North. Esser comes in at 29-4, a junior. He is now 31-4. Tritz comes in at 25-5. He's now 27-5. And Tritz is a freshman. He's 27-5 right now. Arm tie by Tritz. And Esser yanks out of there. He didn't want to be in that tie-up. Tritz with a slide by Hard. Can he get to the backside? Not quite. Tritz with the safety sport goggles on. He's wrestling due to a pretty severe eye injury he had when he was younger. So he's protecting those eyes at all costs. Slide by Esser. Tritz now with a hard whizzer attempt. Esser takes him backward, takes him down. And they got 1 counts each time. 3 takedown. Esser's got a half on the wrist working on Tritz. 43 seconds left. That's an illegal hold. 1 point. Tritz, illegal hold. Esser. 3-1. Tritz trails with 40 seconds left. Cinching on his headgear. Tritz set on the bottom. And now we got now Tritz is set again. The official explained why he called the penalty. Tritz to a high base. Working to his feet. Tritz again to his feet. And they're off the mat. Good work from Tritz on the bottom. Hasn't got out yet, but he's working on it. 27 seconds left yet. Time to get one back. You won't see Tritz take a break. This is wide open all the while. Headlock coming. But Esser rolled through it. Yeah, one in the escape. 3-2 Tritz trails. 12 seconds left. End of the period here. 3-2 Tritz trails after one. Tritz's choice. He's going to defer. Esser's choice. He goes down. And Esser's a junior. Tritz is a freshman. Esser out easy. Flying out of there. Leads 4-2. Tritz trying to get tied up with him. Esser, he backs out of there in a hurry. Slide by, missed again by Tritz. Slide by Esser. Tritz reaches back. Headlock. Can Esser catches him this time. Tritz has got Esser on his back. That's a takedown. Now Tritz going to squeeze him up. Can he stick him to the mat? You got a lot of time. Make this one count. You may not get another chance. Tritz not afraid to reach back, fire headlock. Pin for Espen Tritz. And 2:57 on the fall. $126 regional champion Aspen Tritz. He's not afraid to go offense. He'll reach back, fire that headlock from way back out of town, and pinned Esser. Next up, wrestleback match for Aiden Armagast at 132 against Caleb File of Wausau West. See how these two met. Aiden Armagast beat File in the conference tournament, second round, 15-3. And Aiden Armagast did not wrestle File in the dual meet. But Armagast had the better of him in the conference tournament. Armagast going to get a forfeit win at 132 pounds. Congratulations, Aiden Armagast. It's in the wrestleback side. And we will see if there's any more wrestlebacks to come at 132. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Red Raider Wrestling. 138-pound championship matchup. Lincoln High School Red Raiders, number one ranked 138-pounder Carter Freeman on the mat in the finals against Josiah Beltran out of D.C. Everest. Beltran is ranked 12th in the state. And Beltran and Freeman wrestled in the conference tournament. Freeman pinned him in a minute 7. Carter Freeman won 7-1 in the dual meet. Freeman will be offensive on his feet, and he'll be quick at it, as you can see right there. Beltran looking to crawl off the mat, which he managed to do, but Freeman got the takedown anyway. 3-0 the lead. They're going to put him back on his feet. Free ride and a free point. Freeman does his best work from on his feet. 3-1. Beltran with a double leg shot. Freeman with a hard whizzer re-shot. Freeman trying to short drag out of that front headlock. Beltran tried a crossbody shot, and Freeman comes up with a signal as Beltran was trying to fix his headgear. You cannot take a break in any way, shape, or form with Carter Freeman on the mat. 6-1 with a minute left. Beltran working to a high base now. Freeman tight waist ride, chopping at an arm. Trying to get to a coffee grinder now. Yep. Tip and a turn, tried, but couldn't get that done. 30 seconds remaining. It's fun to watch Freeman on his feet. He just like he floats above the wrestling mat. It's like his feet aren't even in the mat. Just floating above it. 18 seconds remaining. Armbar on that far side now with a tight waist. Got 10 to try to turn him. Beltran pretty hard to turn right now. End of the period, 6-1, the Red Raider. Beltran's choice. He defers. Freeman's choice. He's going to go down. Freeman set. Beltran going to cover. Caution, jumping to start. Beltran. You can see him flinch before the whistle blew. This is a new ref that I have not seen before. And we were commenting amongst a couple of us here that he's going to have to ice down that right arm because he pounds the mat when there's a pin. He gets really excited. You can almost feel the vibration of his hand hitting the mat way up here at the top of the bleachers. You're going to need an ice pack. But to his credit, he has done a pretty darn good job officiating on the mat. I haven't seen any questionable calls out of this fella. Freeman still knowing he's ahead, 6-1, works to his base. Beltran just hanging on here, trying to remain in control. Freeman's trying to pick the hand off. Warning, stalling Beltran, and Freeman gets the escape as well. Double penalty, basically, for Beltran. Freeman just so good on his feet. Elbow control by the Red Raider. What's he going to do now? Slip to a collar tie, working his hands. Beltran trying to snap down. Freeman says, so what? I'm going to stay right in your face. Good scramble there, but they're off the mat. 45 seconds left. Still 7-1 the Red Raider. This is a championship at 138 pounds. Beltran tried to reach in for a collar tie. Freeman beat him to the collar tie. Got inside position. Again, Josiah Beltran, he is ranked 12th in the state right now at 138. Carter Freeman ranked first. Trying to get to an ankle pick. Freeman just wades right back into him. Tried to get an ankle pick again. Counting down from 3 seconds. 2, 1. Into the period. 7-1. Freeman. Beltran's choice. He's going down. See what Freeman decides to do with him here. Either cut him loose or try to ride him for a while. You're going to try to ride him. Caution, jumping to start Freeman. That's one apiece. Freeman knows it. He just jumped to start. spiral ride for the Red Raider. Tight waist and a half. Now he's got an arm tied up underneath and lost that grip. Switches sides with the wrist. See Freeman trying to drive the body towards the wrist to fold it underneath. Minute and a half left. Warning, stalling Freeman. And they're going to give him the one free ride, put him back on his feet now. 7-2, 118 left. Freeman controls the center of the mat. Makes you come to him. 55 seconds. All you got to do is win here. Doesn't make a difference if you win by 10 or by 1. You just get the win. Sweep shot again by Beltran, and Carter Freeman says, nope, it's not happening. 40 seconds. Duck inside, missed. Beltran tried the same, missed. Again, Freeman anchored in the center of the mat. 12 seconds left. In on a single leg shot. Turns the corner. Whizzer by Beltran. Elevates. Trip once. Missed again. Front trip. Got it. 10-2. Major decision for Carter Freeman. Champion at 138 pounds, Carter Freeman. Next up, the 144-pound wrestleback Gavin Jacob against Toby Klein out of Stevens Point.
We have Toby Klein from Stevens Point, a 23-18 senior, versus Gavin Jacob, a 22-15 senior.
Jacob got a chance here to get back into the tournament.
Championship match on mat 2. Deacon Strasser from DC Everest, a 40-5 senior versus Christopher Sam.
In the other regional, the Kaukauna regional, which will blend in with this one, Kaukauna is running away with it, 289, which is expected. In second place is Nina, 197.5. Oshkosh West in third, 174.5. Kimberly, 127. So right now, Kaukauna be the team out of there, and they're fighting for second place with Nina in front by 23. Jacobs on the mat now, wrestling Toby Klein out of Stevens Point. See if these two met. I don't think so because I don't remember that name here for Stevens Point. Not in the conference tournament. And not in the dual meet as well. So this is a fresh matchup here. 0-0, 117 left on the clock, first period. Underhook by Klein. And again, best seats in the house. And Wisconsin Rapids Community Media by Veronica Candler. We thank her very much as Jacob gets a takedown, leads 3-0. Thank her for volunteering her time this Saturday in the regional tournament. Legs right down by the Red Raider. Steps into a double one. Flattens him out. We got 25 seconds left. Jacob going to work with wrist control. Got pressure down across the back. Yeah, Jacob in the backside here. He's got to wrestle and win this match to put himself into fourth place. And that'll advance him to the individual sectional next week, Saturday at Menasha. Jacob going to start down in this second period as Klein took the top position, I do believe. Hard switch attempt by Jacob on the whistle. To his feet now. But he doesn't do anything with his hands once he gets to his feet. They just fly around. He did that a lot when he was a much younger underclassman. He'd get to his feet, but then the arms would fly around. He wouldn't grab onto hands or wrists or anything. And you see it there. Now he's trying to hit the switch again. Getting in that grub around stuff on the mat. Hard switch again. But Klein able to follow him along here. Keeps hitting the switch. Locked hands by Klein. Jacob going to get 1 point. 1 point. Jacob, technical violation. Locked hands. Klein, 4-0 the lead with 1:15 left. Jacob set. Klein covers. Caution, jumping to start. Klein. You can see him just grab on a little tighter right before the whistle. Jacob set again. Klein going to cover. Ankle pick to start this session. Jacob again trying to get to the switch attempt. Hits a hard one after some motion. And they're out of bounds now. Right down in front of you. Can't get any better seats than what you got here in Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We thank you for watching these Lincoln High School Red Raider broadcasts. Please make sure you let the staff at Wisconsin Rapids Community Media know that you like these broadcasts. Klein lift again. Jacobs comes down to a high base. Jacobs turned inside. Can he come out? Got 48 seconds. Got the reversal. 6-0 the lead now. Jacobs stepped in with the legs right on the right-hand side. Now picking an ankle on this near side. Klein with wrist control, though. Jacobs digging in that second leg now. Now he's got him flattened back down. Jacob is loose and high with that legs ride. You don't want that head and shoulders hanging over top of Klein's shoulders underneath. Crossbody half, Klein's over. Trying to roll through it, which he is able to do. Got two near fall and one escape, loss of control. Did not give the reversal. Jacobs chose down with his choice, leading 8-1. Final 2 minutes of this match. Roll attempt. Klein trying to catch him. Jacobs turning inside now. Almost got one, but Klein drives back in. Jacob around the corner. Way to think that through as he had Klein's arm trapped up against his body. 10-1 the lead now with the reversal by Jacob. Legs right again. He gets kind of high, though, hanging over the shoulders again. Crossbody turn here by Jacobs, trying to get the shoulders exposed. Picks the leg right out, and Klein goes over. 3 near fall for Jacob. He's getting close to a tech fall now. 45 seconds left. Turning him one more time is Jacob. Stretched out pretty far. Got a chance to pin him here, though. 32 seconds left. It's an extra team point if you get the pin. Now reaching back, scooping ahead. Can he lock him up tight? 20 seconds left. Pin for Gavin Jacobs. Extra team point picked up for the Red Raiders. Gavin Jacobs goes as the 4th place finisher to the individual sectional. Congratulations, Gavin. Nice job there. And he picked up the extra team point as well. Next up will be Jack Ackerman in a wrestleback at 150 pounds with Jalen Bailey Clark of Wausau East. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Jack Ackerman at 150 in a wrestleback. And he's taking on Jalen Bailey Clark out of Wausau East, who they medical forfeited to last week as Ackerman was extremely sick. We'll look back into dual meets to see if they wrestled at all in the dual meet side of things. Jack Ackerman did not wrestle in the dual meet against Bailey Clark of Wausau East. So this is a fresh matchup here in the Valley Conference. Double underhooks by Bailey Clark. Now he turns that to a front headlock. Trying to get to a knee. Ackerman underhooked and tossed him off. Arm tie now by Ackerman. Stepped in, tried to get a leg trip. Comes up with a single. Now he's got it elevated. $50 seconds left. Got time. No, and he can't physically hang on to the leg. We have a correction at 144. Gavin Jacobs does not advance as he was already lost to the person that was in the bracket in front of him, so they do not have a wrestleback there. Jackson Freeman yet with a wrestleback at 106, as does Luke Hamill at 113. Champions Landon Freeman at 120. Aspen Tritz at 126. Wrestleback for Aiden Armagast at 132. Carter Freeman a champion at 138. This is 150 Jack Ackerman. End of the first period here. They're on their feet and it's 0-0. Flip of the disc comes up red. Ackerman's choice. He's going down. 0-0 after the first period, and it's your choice. You do take down because you're trying to score points first, which if it gets all the way to the final overtime period, the person who scored first will get their choice where they want to start. Spiral ride now by Bailey Clark, and Ackerman got a foot on the mat, now 2. And trying to get to a sitting position, hit a switch. Bailey Clark caught that trailing arm, and Ackerman stands up again, has the escape, and the lead 1-0. Minute and a half left. Ackerman with that Russian arm tie, walking Bailey Clark around the mat with it right now. Bailey Clark now switches to a front headlock and gets some control over Ackerman. Bailey Clark with a reshot, reached back with a chin whip, and did not work as they were off the mat. Hortonville wins the championship at 144 pounds. Or excuse me, at 150 pounds. Pancake toss by Bailey Clark has Ackerman in deep trouble on his back. And 40 seconds left to fight this off. There is the pin for Bailey Clark. And we'll see if where we finish here in this weight class.
At 157 pounds on mat 3, your fifth place match will be Jack Turner from Stevens Point, a 3 and 4 freshman, versus William Minitz from Merrill, a 13 and 24 sophomore.
Ackerman will go as the fourth place, correct, Joyce? We will check on a wrestleback. And we got the 157-pound championship match right in front of you. Mason Tritz, your Red Raider, against Carson Kemp out of DC Everest. These two did not wrestle in the Valley Conference tournament. And we'll see if I look back in my notes.
At 150 pounds, we will have two wrestlebacks for second and fourth place.
Carson Kemp and Mason Tritz. Carson Kemp won this one 1-0 in the dual meet. Ackerman will have a wrestleback for fourth. Carson Kemp in on a nice barrel roll takedown attempt. Tritz got to counter this hard. Hopefully keep Kemp's head stuck inside. Kemp popped his head out and got the 3 takedown. Got a questionable 1 count, but no points there. And we got the leg band come off of Mason Tritz. 3-0 the lead. Carson Kemp, DC Everest. Tritz is ranked 10th in the state at 157. Carson Kemp ranked 8th. Tritz now works to a high base. Kemp steps in with a front leg trip. Tritz to a sitting position. Tries to turn inside on Kemp. Kemp put a legs ride in on the right-hand side, working cross body. Tritz trying to figure his way out of here with 18 seconds left. Tritz reaches back, pulls the arm down, has Kemp over his shoulder. Now if he can grab his head, he can stack Kemp up right on top of his shoulders in front of him. End of the period, no near fall. 3-0, Kemp with a lead. Flip of the disc, comes up green. It's Kemp's choice. No, Tritz's choice, excuse me. And he defers. Kemp goes on his feet. Again, that's probably the least of Mason Tritz's positions is on his feet. Well, Kemp already got 1 takedown. Try to get another one and double his lead 6-0 if you can. Kemp pulls Tritz in. Collar tie and elbow control. Tritz with an underhook. Whizzer by Kemp. Tritz comes back up neutral. Faces him. Tritz with a half of a shot. And another reshot. Got stopped coming in. Kemp sprawling back. Toss attempt again by Kemp. Tritz comes out the face. They're off the mat. 59 seconds left. Second period. Still 3-0 Kemp. Tritz needs Schneider of Hortonville to win his match against Pernsteiner of Wausau West as Tritz gets taken down on the edge of the circle. 6-0 now. Tritz trails in order for Tritz to go as the second place finisher. Otherwise, he'll have a wrestleback. Out of bounds, 12 seconds left. Tritz got time here if he can fly around on a start. He's got to gain some separation here with 12 seconds. Get one back. Up to his high base. Hits a switch, trying to snatch it ahead. Kemp hanging on. Tritz inside. Pop your head up. No, as Tritz would have had Kemp on his back. Time runs out. And now the Everest coach is, I'm not sure what he's worried about, as Tritz gets the 1 point escape. He's lucky he didn't get reversal and near fall called against him. I think the Everest coach better pick a better battle to fight there, as Kemp got away with just giving up an escape, loss of control. And the officials having a little conference here. And we'll see what the score remains. 6-1. Kemp is lucky. Tritz on top to start the third, trailing 6-1. Tritz's best position on top. Got a crossface here. And Tritz working to get to a cradle as hard as he can, and this is what he does. Tritz trying to scoop that far side leg. He's got a barbed wire now. Kemp trying to get Tritz out in front of him, which he has done. Tritz could lock up a spladle here if he could. Kemp trying to crawl up the body. There's the reversal. 9-1 now the lead for Kemp. And we stop the action. Blood on Kemp, I do believe. Again, Hortonville is leading 2-0 and getting some near fall points here. And there is the pin for Hortonville, which is what we wanted to see happen, as Hortonville will finish in third place. Tritz can finish no less than second, as Tritz has already beat Schroeder of Hortonville. So the worst Mason can be is second place. And we're getting Kemp cleaned up. DC Everest coaching staff over there. Try to get you some updated team points here if I can. Wisconsin Rapids 196.5, Hortonville 175. DC Everest 153. Wausau West 126. Merrill 121. Stevens Point 92. Appleton North 61. Wausau East 46. Not out of the woods yet. Red Raiders up by 21.5 points. That half point could come in huge if things go south for the Red Raiders in the second half of these placement matches. Tritz trailing 8-1 to DC Everest Carson Kemp. Kemp on top. Tritz hits a hard stand-up right off the bat. And Kemp cuts him loose. 8-2 now. Tritz looking for offense, which is what Kemp was able to stop him from in the dual meet. Tritz still trying to drive in. Kemp blocking and sprawling back, which is exactly what he should do. 45 seconds left. .30 seconds. Tritz with a shot and again gets stopped too far out in the scramble. Tritz back to his double. Change it to a single. Kemp locked up around the legs. Tritz steps across the leg, locks it in here. Now he can go up the body. 3 takedown, 8-5. 10 seconds left. Not enough time. Kemp is going to lay here on the mat. Tritz is trying his darndest to lock up that cradle. 8-5 is the score. The win for Carson Kemp of DC Everest hangs on to the win.
We'll have a wrestle back at 157 pounds for fourth place.
Mason Tritz goes as a second place finisher at 157.
We have Nathan Bernstein from Stevens Point.
Nathan Bernstein from Stevens Point against Jeremiah Peters, your Red Raider.
For third place on mat 1, we have Pablo Salinas from Appleton North, 24-15 senior versus Cale Conrad from Hortonville, 13-9 senior. And your championship match on mat 2 from DC Everest, Gavin Benson, 28.
Peters and Bernstein going at it from Stevens Point.
From Merrill, 23-9 junior.
Bernstein Techfall Peters in the conference tournament. The latest encounter. Bernstein in on a shot and they're off the mat as Peters counters. Peters wading ahead, backing Bernstein up. Bernstein changes levels, drops into a double. Peters counters back to their feet. This is a match for fourth temporarily until we see who the Wrestlebacks matches for second and third place, how they turn out. Takedown by Bernstein at the edge of the mat. 120 left, 3-0 the deficit for Peters. Bernstein with a hard tight waist. Stopped the first move of Peters. Peters still working into a sitting position, and Bernstein chops that arm, takes him back to the mat with a tight waist. Got a bar on his near side. Peters plants that right leg on the mat, stops that advance. Bernstein again runs that bar. Peters in deep trouble here with 40 seconds left. .25 seconds left. Survive the period. Live to fight another 2 periods here. Jeremiah, don't give up here. 15 seconds. Bernstein's trying to regather some position here. Counting down from 5 now. Got to hang on here, Jeremiah. A couple more ticks. Bernstein's too stretched out. Gets 4 near fall. 7-0 the lead right now. But you live to fight another day. Jeremiah Peters is a little bit dangerous. And they're going on their feet. Bernstein barrel roll takedown. 3 takedowns, 10-0 right now. Trying to fire that half. Peters countered that. Now a bar on the opposite side. .125 left. Bar on this left-hand side by Bernstein. And he runs Peters over with a double bar now. Peters in some deep trouble here with 1:10 left on the mat. There is the pin for Nathan Bernstein of Stevens Point over Jeremiah Peters, your Red Raider. Peters knocked out of the individual side of things for the Red Raiders. He will not advance to the individual sectional. Next up, wrestleback match, Oakley Pluis against Brock Schmidt out of Hortonville. We'll bring you that match when we return to the WIAA Individual Regional. Wrestleback match at 175 pounds, Oakley Pluis taking on Brock Schmidt out of Hortonville.
Versus Brock Schmidt from Hortonville, a 29-14 sophomore. And your championship match is
Schmidt is from Hortonville, sophomore, 30-15 right now. Pluis, your Red Raider, is a freshman, and he is 19-20. 19-22, I think. Pluis and Schmidt. This is a wrestleback in the third place position. And Pluis gets taken down by Schmidt. Schmidt leads 3-0. Pluis, a dangerous guy here for the Red Raiders. He can get into some positions where he can all of a sudden turn the match around in a hurry. Again, only a freshman at 175. And Schmidt is working an arm tie up here. Got a bar on the left-hand side, looking for the wrist. Pluis has got to fight this off. Near fall coming, says the official. Pluis in deep trouble with a bar. Now he loses the bar. Pluis tries to get stomach down, which he has done. 4 near fall, 7-0 the lead. Again, near fall coming. Pluis in deeper trouble here. There is the pin for Schmidt. Lost on a fall, did Oakley Pluis. And we'll see if he has a wrestleback or not, as the championship and third place matches are still going on right now. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Kyler Tritz on the mat now at the championship against Nico Kleinschmidt out of DC Everest. These two met in the Valley Conference Finals. Tritz beat him 5-2. Tritz ranked
At 175
sixth in the
pounds,
state at
we will
190.
wrestle back for the second
Kleinschmidt
place.
ranked 13th. So again, this will be a pretty good matchup as Tritz went an easily slide by takedown. That's about as textbook as you could get right there. 3-0 the lead. Tritz hanging on with a tight waist and a wrist. Now a half. Kleinschmidt trying to sit out. Tritz runs him out of bounds. And they are out. 104 left. Tritz will be on top covering the ride. Kleinschmidt on the bottom trying to get out in reverse. Claw ride. Now a half and a wrist. Or a half tied up with a tight waist. And Kleinschmidt comes to his feet. Tritz cuts him loose. 3-1. 50 seconds left. Kleinschmidt pawing at the head and the shoulders of Tritz. Tritz standing right there in front of him. 18 seconds left. Kleinschmidt again with a tie. Forcing down on the head of Tritz. 5 seconds. Tritz in with a shot. Can he get there and complete it? 3 takedown. Tritz as the feet were right on the edge of the circle. 6-1 at the end of one period. And the Everest coach not happy again. Kleinschmidt's choice. He deferred Tritz's choice. He's going down to start the second period with a 6-1 lead. Tritz now stands right to his feet, cuts the hands apart, turns the face. 7-1 the lead with a 1-point escape. Tritz snatches down on the head. Kleinschmidt backs out of there. Kleinschmidt is a big 190-pounder. Tritz almost looks like a different weight class against him. .105 left yet. Still 7-1 Tritz. Pretty soon I expect Tritz to fire off a shot here. Collar tied by Kleinschmidt again, but he hasn't had any offense off that. Just collar tied and that's it. 45 seconds left. .28 seconds left. Tritz anchored in the center of the wrestling circle. Kleinschmidt not able to do anything with him yet. Has not taken a shot. 10 seconds. End of the second period is here. 7-1. Tritz still leads. Kleinschmidt goes down to start the third period. They're figuring they're probably going to get an escape point here. Kleinschmidt forcing one foot down on the mat. Then he comes up and Tritz cuts him loose. Didn't fight that too hard. 7-2 now. $115. First half a shot Kleinschmidt took right there. And Tritz stoned him with both of them. Just under a minute. Kleinschmidt with a shot. Tritz counted pretty easily. Headbutt coming in for Kleinschmidt. He's trying to get really physical now with Tritz. Tritz tried a front headlock with a back trip. Missed it. 25 seconds left. Tritz into a blast double. Kleinschmidt countered it. And they're off the mat. 14 seconds left. End of the match is here. 7-2. Kyler Tritz with a win and a championship. Another Red Raider advancing to the individual sectional as a champion. Next up for the Red Raiders, as Aiden Steinberg was knocked out of the 215-pound weight class, will be the heavyweight Tanner Gormanson. He'll take on Josh Woznicki of Stevens Point in the finals. We'll bring you that after this short break. Here's your championship at 285 pounds. Stevens Point's Josh Woznicki against your Red Raider, number 2 ranked Tanner Gormanson. Gormanson Techfall Woznicki. And the conference tournament, I stand corrected, he Techfalled him in the dual meet, 20-3. Gormanson into a single back trip. Nice takedown by the Red Raider heavyweight. Red Raiders will have a few wrestlebacks coming up as Gormanson just cuts him loose, gives him a free ride on his feet. 3-1, a minute 22 left. Gormanson tried a snap. Double collar tie, now goes to a single. Slide by, has Woznicki flying around in front of him, takes him down to the mat. 6-1 the lead now for the Red Raider. Woznicki just sitting in a ball basically on his base. Gormanson trying to run him around off and knock him off it, which he has done so now. A lot of times it's hard for heavyweights to build a base once you got all that opponent's heavyweight weight on you. And Woznicki's going over, and they called it out of bounds as Gorman's foot was in bounds yet. And assistant coach Tim Spray getting an explanation. So the only thing that I can think of is that Gormanson's foot came off the mat when all the rest of the two wrestlers were out of bounds. Still, 6-1 Gormanson, 25 seconds left, first period, excuse me. Counting down from 10 seconds. Gormanson with a wrist pin behind the back. He's going to drive him over, which he has done. Settling in, 3, 2, 1. End of the period came as that survived was Nicky. He was going to be planted. Gormanson's choice going on top was Nicky's. Oh, man, we got to do this again. Nicky's hoping you don't have to have a wrestle back for second and third. He's trying to protect that wrist. Gormanson's going to rip it out underneath, go around the corner with a barbed wire. Reaching under to grab an elbow, couldn't quite get that done. $135, going to be probably a matter of time. Your wrist tied up. Fired the half across body. Now he's got the wrists, both of them tied up. And walks Nicky to his shoulders, sets him down tight. We're going to see this official slam his wrist down on the mat one more time. I do believe. 110 left. A lot of time left yet for the Red Raiders senior. Reaches back, scoops the head. Woznicki still able to survive. He's fighting at least. Now the big man covered him up with a body lock. There is the pin in 3-12. Tanner Gormanson. Champion at 285 for the Red Raiders senior. 3 pins on the day, 1:07, 2:27, and 3:12. Gormanson advances as a regional champion, Now we got some wrestlebacks coming. Jackson Freeman against Dustin Schmerler of Merrill. Luke Hamill against Sam Ellerman of Hortonville. And that's the first couple. We'll see if we have any more once we return to the individual regional in Wisconsin Rapids. Wrestlebacks are starting now. 106-pounder Jackson Freeman against Dustin Schmerler of Merrill. Also, Luke Hamill against Sam Ellerman of Hortonville. Wisconsin Rapids leads right now 217.5 to Hortonville's 196. DC Evereston third at 178.5. Here comes Freeman and Schmerler. Look back in the dual meet side as these two did not wrestle in the conference tournament. Dustin Schmerler was up at 113, and he beat Luke Hamill 8-6. Schmerler in on a single leg, countered by Freeman. Still with a single leg. Hamill gets a takedown, leads 3-0. Schmerler with a takedown, he leads 3-0. Both these wrestlebacks with Freeman now, and as he gets the reversal, tightens the match up. He should have got some near fall, but the ref on the wrong side. 50 seconds remaining in the first period of the wrestleback between Freeman and Schmerler. Freeman on top of riding. These are wrestlebacks for second, third place finishes. Hamill gets caught and put on his back after he had the lead here by Sam Ellerman of Hortonville. Cradle locked up by Jackson Freeman, excuse me. Near fall coming. Hamill's got to fight this off to survive. He's got 12 seconds left. 3 near fall. Jackson Freeman. 5-3 the lead. Hamill's fighting to not get pinned. Period runs off. And it's 8-3 Ellerman of Hortonville over Hamill after 1 period. End of the period in the Jackson Freeman first period. Match 7-3. His lead now. 8-3 Hamill and Ellerman on their feet starting the second period. Hamill runs Ellerman over for the takedown. It's 8-6 right now. Tighten the match up. Freeman with a legs right in. And he's up a long way out over the shoulder of Smirler of Merrill. Cradle now locked up by Freeman. Still got the legs right in. Hamill trails 8-6, minute 15 left, second period. Freeman and a long ways out over the shoulders here of Smirler of Merrill. Hamill loses control. It's 9-6 as they're on their feet with a minute left, second period. Smirler's trying to grub around here and get a reversal on Freeman. Freeman with that legs right in deep on the right side. Hamill gets headlocked by Ellerman. And he's in deep trouble here. Ellerman is ranked 13th in the state at 113. He gets the pin over Hamill. Hamill will finish in third place for the Red Raiders. And he will advance to the individual sectional in Menasha. Still 7-3 now. Jackson Freeman, over Dustin Smirler of Merrill. They're going on their feet to start the third period. Referee's having a conversation with somebody about I'm not sure what. Now they're set and ready to go. Collar and elbow ties by both wrestlers. Duck under attempt by Smirler, and Freeman around the corner the opposite direction. Smirler's trying to come up with a takedown. Freeman's got a legs in, kind of, but Smirler's got a hold of it. Freeman's locking up through crossbody and the thighs. Freeman finally has to give up the takedown. It's 7-6 now with a minute 2 left yet. Smurler is going to cut Freeman loose. Freeman darts right back in. Did not get to escape. Freeman now looking to get into a scramble. Steps across, locks one leg down. Now he's got to work up the body. Stalemate. (7-6) still. Freeman will lead. And he will be down again. Not a bad position. Now they're going to give him the free ride and the free point up on his feet. 8-6 the lead. 37 seconds left. Freeman. Smurler into a barrel roll takedown attempt. Freeman clears the legs out. Smurler back in one more time. Freeman locked up again. 20 seconds. Ten seconds left. We're going to fight for our lives here. Freeman hanging on here. End of the match. 8-6. Jackson Freeman. In a close one, he will finish in second place for the Red Raiders at 106 pounds. First four weight classes look like this. Jackson Freeman at 106 in second place. Luke Hamill at 113 in third. Landon Freeman a champion at 120. Aspen Tritz a champion at 126. That's the first four weight classes. We'll see if any more Red Raiders have a wrestle back. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the WIAA Individual Regional. Final match for the Red Raiders today in the Individual Regional Wrestleback at 150. Jack Ackerman going for fourth place with Kristen Galang at Wausau West. Ackerman in on a shot off the bat. Galang countered. Galang with a shot in. Ackerman's got to really work hard to fight through this. This is going to be some trouble for the Red Raider. Galang's got him in basically a cradle that's not locked up. 3 takedown Galang. Now he's got a cradle on the near side locked up. The medical forfeited to Galang in the conference tournament and in the dual meet. Jack Ackerman pinned Christian Galang. Reversal coming now. Got to make it count. 3-quarter Nelson. Put him right on his forehead. Back trip for Ackerman. Puts Galang on his back now. Wild first period. 45 seconds left. Ackerman looking for a second pin. Galang gets stomach down. We got 6-3 on the board with 30 seconds left in favor of Ackerman. Ackerman with a bar and a half. Tried to run the half. Galang blocked that. 15 seconds left. Still a bar and a half. Galang stands right up and is stopping for potentially dangerous. 11 seconds left. Going to get one hard start here on the referee's position. The Red Raiders, Gavin Jacob, Jeremiah Peters, and Aiden Steinbrook have been knocked out of the tournament. Will not advance. Ackerman into a single now as Galang comes to his feet, and they're off the mat. And Ackerman got put right on his face. Comes up holding his head, looks over the coaching staff, fixes the headgear, defers his choice, and Galang will take down. Ackerman with wrist control underneath momentarily and then lost that. Now Galang's free to come up if he wants. Legs ride by Jack Ackerman. If you can ride the legs well, it's really controlling. And Galang rolled through it. Ackerman comes back with a single on his own. Galang really physical, just forces the arm off of his thigh. Don't give up the reversal here, Jack. Know where you're at on the mat. Now he's crawled back in, locked up on the leg, but he's stretched out. Ackerman tried to come up, and they got warning stalling on Ackerman. And that's what they were fighting to stay away from. And now Galang with a bloody nose. Ackerman got taken down right on his forehead when they went off the mat before there at the end of the period, and that's what happens when you get a call off the mat and they're in motion. A lot of times that's where an injury can occur. Ackerman went down right on his forehead. So looks like he's feeling the effects of that a little bit. This time out for blood should help him clear a couple cobwebs out, hopefully. The Red Raiders were in front 217.5 to 196.5 over Hortonville, 178.5 to DC Everest in third. In the other matching regional, Kaukauna running away with it at 289 the last time I checked. Nina in second, 197.5. Oshkosh West, 174.5. So right now, it looks like Kaukauna and Nina and Rapids and Hortonville will meet in the team's sectional this coming Tuesday at Stevens Point. So you have 3 of the top 6 teams in the state in one. And just Joyce gave me an update. Kaukauna 320.5, Nina 221.5, and Oshkosh West 175. So Kaukauna and Nina and Wisconsin Rapids and Hortonville, and somehow the powers that be in the WIAA thought they should move Wisconsin Rapids into the east side of the state now, and that puts them in the same sectional as Kaukauna. So you have the top 3 of the top 6 teams in that team sectional. So 2 of those top 6 are going to be going home, and some other schools that aren't even ranked may make the team tournament, which is hard to justify, I guess. 14 seconds left. Ackerman leads 6-3, second period. Have to take this lead into the third. Ankle pick for Ackerman. Lets it go. Galang comes to his feet, lifts. And they warned him for stalling at the end of the period as the official's buzzer was going off. You could see it flashing on his wrist. 6-4, that's a big point. (6-4) Ackerman. His choice. He's going to take the down position. And the referee's going to restart them. Said both of them jumped on an adjacent mat's whistle, which is fair call. Ackerman to his feet. Galang trying to run him over. Ackerman's got his leg tied up, scissored underneath his body. Galang's trying to get near fall coming here. Ackerman got stomach down, no points awarded. Arm bar by Galang and a wrist tied up. He lost the arm bar. Thank goodness. Ackerman can't hang out down here. He's got to go off the bottom. He's got to create some motion. He's hanging around and letting Galang control the match. Lang trying to barbed wire him over, but can't do that right now. Ackerman's trying to come out the back here over the top now. And he's going to get the reversal. It comes up with an arm bar. To a reversal. That's a big 2 points. 43 seconds left. Ackerman with a bar. Scoops the head. Got near fall coming. This should salt the match away. He's stuck right there, and the referee didn't see it. Galang rolled right flat, but it don't make a difference. Got it anyway. Winning, on a fall, Jag Ackerman. He advances as a fourth place finisher into the individual state or individual sectional tournament. We'll update you on the places of all the Red Raiders right now. Jackson Freeman, second place. Luke Hamill, third place. Landon Freeman, a champion. Aspen Tritz, a champion. Aiden Armagosa in third place. Carter Freeman, a champion. Jack Ackerman, fourth place. Mason Tritz, second. Oakley Pluis, fourth. Kyler Tritz, a champion. Tanner Gormanson, a champion. Aiden Stainbrook at 215, along with Jeremiah Peters at 165 and Gavin Jacob at 144, knocked out of the individual tournament. We'll take a quick break and we'll see if Scott Bennett wants to come up and give us his input on how the tournament went. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. We're back now at Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Head coach Scott Bennett stopping by. Thanks very much. Congratulations on a regional championship. 224 and a half. Hortonville with 214.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're ranked sixth in the state for a reason, and we were about dead even coming into this thing, looking at it on paper, and we wrestled okay. I don't think we wrestled great. We pulled a couple upsets, lost a couple that we thought we'd win, and scored about as many points as we thought we would. So,
Kakana on the other side, and their regional kind of ran away with it. Probably figured, and Nina was in second place. So those four teams, Kakana, Nina, Rapids, and Hortonville, will meet Tuesday in Stevens Point.
Yeah, we'll get Nina that first round, and they've got some real good kids. They've got some spots in their lineup that they have some weak spots, and I think we'll be fine in that duel. I haven't really looked real close at matchups, anything like that, or what they use for a regional lineup, but we'll be fine. And then obviously we're underdogs with Kakana. I mean, they won the last number of state tournaments. They beat us last year. They have most of their team back from a year ago, and they haven't been really pushed a whole lot. And there's a path for us to win. We're going to have 14 guys wrestle their absolute best matches. We're going to have to have a couple breaks go our way. But it's, there's a path for us to win. And we'll come back in, practice tomorrow, and reset now what we're going to do and get ready to wrestle Nina and get ready for Kakana.
Red Raiders at 106 pounds. Jackson Freeman finishing in second place.
Yeah, I don't know that he had a great day. I don't know that he was feeling well, but he wrestled a little bit looser with positions than he's going to have to get to the state tournament, and I think that cost him that match in the semifinals, right. And it's a match we're going to have to turn around if he wants to wrestle in Madison.
Luke Hamill at 113, coming back from an illness, finishing in third place.
Yeah, the Ellerman kid's pretty good. The Bohm kid's pretty good. We got tech fouled by him last week, came back, made a match of it this time. So we made, some progress this week with that matchup. Ellerman match, we were wrestling okay. And we walked into his headlock, and he's a headlocker. So we walk into it. It was pretty tight. We weren't coming out. So, again, those are matches that we can turn around next week. We're going to have to if he wants to wrestle in the state tournament. You got Jenkins coming in. There's really only one spot for those three guys, but it's gonna be one of them three guys coming out, and might as well be us.
Sure. Landon Freeman, champion at 120 pounds for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I don't think the weight was real deep, and he did what he was supposed to do. He scored the points he was supposed to, picked up bonuses, and got himself another regional title, and gets ready to. Obviously we got the matches Tuesday, trying to get our team down there, but individually, he's in a spot where probably trying to get another trip down to Madison, and I think he's in the right spot, wrestling like he needs to, and I'm excited for him.
126 pounder Aspen Tritz, the freshman. Pedal down, gas going all the time. Champion at 126.
Yeah, I don't think that kid was too bad. We didn't know much about him, and I think we learned more about him than he learned about us in that match. And I like that matchup for us next week. I think he's going to come out as one of our guys going down to Madison without putting pressure on him. I just feel that he's the kind of guy that can get there, and he's the kind of guy that can win matches down there because he's super dangerous and he goes hard. So, had a great day. Fell behind, didn't panic, and came up with a regional championship. So.
132 pounder Aiden Armagoss. He advances as a third place finisher.
Not too far from being in the finals. We had a chance to beat Skick. A week ago, we weren't close. Got tech balled, and now we were leading late. Got taken down. Lost that match in overtime. We can win that match. When you take a look at Aiden coming into the tournament, he had 12 matches. Most guys have 12 matches by the second week of December, and so he's not even in Christmas form yet. So that's why we saw the growth from last week to this week. We'll be that much better Tuesday, and again better on Saturday. We didn't need to win that match today. He needs to win that next week. Next week, Saturday, and try to follow Botting down to the state tournament.
144 pounder Gavin Jacob, a senior for the Red Raiders, ended up getting knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, he missed Carter in there.
Oh, excuse me. We'll go back to Carter Freeman. We'll go back to Carter Freeman and the champion.
Yeah, Carter's Carter. He's his weight cleared out. Skick went down. He was there all year. And today, Galang went up because Carter's there and Edwin Schroeder's there next week. And guys are trying to find their paths. Right. And it wasn't through Carter. And I proved that today. The Beltron kid's good. But Carter just so fundamentally sound, and then he can score fast when he needs to. And again, we're not just trying to get down to the state tournament with him. We're trying to get back to the finals and trying to become two-time state champion. So he's wrestling like he needs to right now.
And he looks like, I made this comment during the matches, he's like he just floats above the surface of the mat. He's never really anchored deep into it with his feet, and he can fly around with the best of them, knows position, can feel position, which is huge.
Yeah, he's an athlete that has wrestled enough that his technique and wrestling feel is real good, and he's going to need every bit of it to get back to that state finals, but those are two goals. Him to get back to individual state and us to get back to team state. We're trying to repeat last year, and we're both in the spot where we can get there. So Carter is going to roll for us Tuesday night. Hopefully we draw 38 and we put him on the mat first to get us a start. So he's our spark plug. So
144 pounder Gavin Jacobs ended up getting knocked out of the individual side.
Yeah, we're just so small up there. We got a whole bunch of 32 and 38 pounders. What we have, so we got guys cutting weight trying to get under them. We got guys undersized up top. And 44 was super deep today.
Yes, it was one of the toughest weight classes.
Yeah, for him getting fifth, the guys that placed ahead of him were all ranked in the top 15 in the state. Yep. And he placed right behind him, and too small to get through it. But yet, that match with the point kid was a match that I don't know that he was favored, but he found a way to win that match and actually get bonus points for us as well. So that's happy with Gavin. He's always been a team guy. You'll probably see him at a completely different weight. You'll see that on Tuesday night because we're trying to win Tuesday, and we're gonna pull out the stops. We're the underdog, so we're gonna pull out the stops and see what we can do. And he's one of those guys that'll be at a different weight on Tuesday night.
Jack Eckerman at 150 comes back, wrestles his way into a fourth place finish.
Yeah, another guy way undersized. He's another 38 pounder. Gavin's a 32, Jack's a 38 pounder, and they beat our guys that would be at 44 or 50. they're darn good. But when we get to guys that are equal to us wrestling wise and they're bigger, size wins out. And he wrestles hard, and unfortunate that we lost that third place match, but showed some real grit. Um, uh, Finding a way to win that, that wrestle back to stay in it. And Hortonville was on our tails about then. We needed those points from him, and he found a way to get those points.
Mason Tritz at 157 comes out as a second place finisher.
Yeah, that's the third time we've lost the Kemp, and hopefully at fourth time we get them. We're gonna need to. We're gonna need to find a way to, get a takedown. Obviously, it's tough to turn Kemp, but we can't give up that early takedown. And it's really hard to beat a guy that close matches four times. And I think I would rather be us in that match than them. And I just got a good feeling that we're going to find a way next Saturday to get Mason Tritz down to Madison.
165-pounder Jeremiah Peters ended up getting knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, but he picked up 6 points in that backside. He gets a win and catches the pin, and just you find ways to score points for your team. And that was a match we thought we could win. Got in with 5 guys that were better than him, and ended up placing about where he probably competed at throughout the course of the year. So, but we're going to be in team duels. Hopefully, we can find a spot for him to get a match or get a win either Tuesday or down in Team State. So,
175-pounder, the freshman Oakley Pluis, he wrestled away into fourth place.
Yeah, he's split with the P's the last 2 times they've wrestled, but I didn't know if I liked that matchup because we weren't real close with him last week. And I thought he wrestled really well today, found a way to win that match, and that was one of our upsets that we pulled that we needed to when that round was going on. Looking back, that was a pretty big set of points there.
Right. And the Red Raiders winning by, 10 and a half points. All those extra points are huge.
Yeah, those wins back there, difference between fifth and fourth is, a couple points, and every one of those kind of starts to add up. So he was a factor in us. And now he's a freshman that's going to get some sectional experience, and hopefully that's a taste that encourages him to really work in the off season and have higher goals next year.
190-pounder Kyler Tritz, a regional champion, and he controlled the whole weight class.
Yeah, you should probably see a different Kai wrestling right now. We're trying to slow things down and pick our spots, and he's wrestling 6-minute matches. He can wrestle 6-minute matches, and by next week we'll be a little bit better. In 2 weeks down at Madison, plan on seeing him wrestle on Saturday night. He's good enough to do so. We got to make some improvement in the next 2 weeks, but he's that guy, and I'm excited for him.
215-pounder Aiden Stainbrook knocked out of the tournament, and again, guy that wrestled hard for the Red Raiders all year long.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win that match, and that would have been 6 points for us back there. He's winning the match. He almost pinned the guy, and kind of ran out of gas and just kind of ran out of experience and just got a little overwhelmed and ended up, getting pinned. But he might have been up like 11-4, something like that. He was doing really well. He didn't last week. He got pinned by that guy in the first period, and this week all of a sudden he's wrestling well. So I thought he had a good night. Maybe he's the kind of guy that's gonna find a way to get us a win on Tuesday night. So.
Tanner Gormanson, the big heavyweight, does what he does best, pins people, and there's a reason why he's the top 1 or 2 wrestler in the state of heavyweight.
Yeah, he's ranked number 1 for a reason, and I'm glad we didn't wrestle McCorson again. McCorson doesn't do a whole lot, so it just makes the matches close. And anytime the matches are close, it's a 1-score match. If you make a mistake at heavyweight, you're probably going to lose that match. And so we were going to have wrestle him 4 times. So Woznicki winning that match, I thought was good for us. Now we only have to wrestle McCorson next week in the semifinals instead of the 4th time, it's the 3rd time. And, I'd like to think Tanner's going to be wrestling on Saturday night. We just got to keep wrestling, stay healthy, and excited to see what he can do here at the end of the year. And he's got a tough one on Tuesday night. He's got guy ranked number 3.
Right.
And we beat him the last time, but we lost to him early in the year, so that's no gimme on Tuesday. That kind of sets the table for seeds and everything else at state tournament. So if he can't win that match, we don't win that duel. Not to put pressure on him, but that's about 8 of our guys have to win their matches. So they're going to need to know that going in, that you need to find a way. And and if we don't have enough on Tuesday, we don't. We're gonna give her our absolute best shot though, and I think we're gonna come up big. We're gonna make it a match, and anytime make it a match, we got a bunch of pinners that catch guys.
That's right.
And we catch one of those like we did with Simile, we'll find a way to win that meet.
And even some of the guys that got knocked out of this tournament, you got Stainbrook. All of a sudden, he's got enough power, put you on your back, catches you once. It could be over.
Yeah, we just gotta, like I said, we gotta mix it up. If you're a competitor, you want this match. You want to be part of this, and that's for me. Watching these guys go out there compete, they're not gonna. Some of them have this opportunity in the rest of their life to have this feeling of you and your teammates and your friends just going out there and laying it on the line and trying to find a way down to a state tournament. And we get down there. We haven't been undefeated for a long time. We get down there, we're gonna win the dang state tournament, and we're excited. They're excited. We didn't really push hard yet. We're gonna regroup this thing, and we're gonna come out with some emotion on Tuesday night. And if we get beat, then they're better than we are, and that's the way it is. I like our guys in that meet, and yeah, we're excited. I really am. It's Tuesday can't get here soon enough.
And we don't have to go far. We only got to go to Stevens Point.
No, bundle up.
Yeah.
Bundle up.
Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations on a good day. We'll bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.